Okay. I need to make sure not if I get trolled. Okay, there we go. All right. We are live, I believe. I do believe, in fact. Forsooth, forsooth. Let's see. All right. Let me get some music going. I should get some of the Canto 7 music. I won't do like I'll do the Dreams one because I like that one. That was funny. The battle theme D. That'll be a funny song to play. I like it a lot. There we go, funny song. That'll work. Okay. Yes, hello there. Oh, chat is not on screen, is it? Forgot about that part. Easy enough fix, though. Whoop. There we go, cool. Alright, yep. All is set up now. Cool. It's the day we finish off Reverb Ensemble. Hopefully. Elena shouldn't be too bad. Pluto, we'll see. I'm not particularly going to try cheesing him, but I am blockmying, so I mean, who knows? And then Argalia shouldn't be too bad. Blood Fiend time, yep, sure is. We've got to deal with the Blood Fiend. I'm pretty sure I should go over some of her stuff real quick because I'm pretty sure she's a first kindred. I want to say because some of her comments seem awfully similar to Larriere about like her origins and stuff, and we know Larriere is a first kindred now, so I think it's possible Elena was the first kindred. Definitely makes sense. I feel like if she was a second kindred or lower, like surely her higher up like kindred would have done something to stop her, right? And probably could have like with relative ease. But I mean, maybe not. I don't know. Fourth gen? What makes you say that? Kind of seems like a random guess. Unless, does it say? I don't think so. I'm trying to remember, like, I don't think we've got any actual, like, substantial proof as to what Ellen is, but I think she's a first kindred. That just, like, didn't form a colony, and instead of, like, she, like, got turned, instead of forming a colony or anything, she tried to use her powers to just, like, rebel, stay out of the shadows, that sort of thing. Heard fourth gen somewhere. I'm pretty sure that's just, like, speculation. Let's see, I'm gonna pull up the distortion check text and stuff just so we can take a look at this. Let's see. Yeah, because in Elena's page, she mentions that she mentions the people in yeah, I was afraid as well as when I faced them for the first time in that mansion where everything began. Referring to blood fiends. And I believe I pull up what Larry Air says. Let's see. Yeah, Larry mentions that from the moment she received blood in a certain mansion, a lineage was formed. Referring to assuming the same mansion that Elena refers to, and she's like speculating that we know she had to receive blood from the progenitor in some degree, in assumably that mansion. So it seems like Elena might have been in a similar situation. Seems close in strength with the barber. I don't think I'd say she's close in strength with the barber at all. Keep in mind the fact that like she was such a big threat like in her like heyday that they needed like one of the strongest grade 1 offices in the city to team up with a color just to defeat her. Well, the barber was taken down by Limbus, which is, you know, like urban nightmare at best, like in terms of like strength, right? So like all things considered, Elena really feels strength-wise. She was a star of the city. She was, you know, she was pretty strong, all things considered. I don't know. And since Barbara's third kindred, Elena seems like she'd definitely be like 2 rungs above that. Barbara's star. Oh yeah, I guess that is true. But then we don't. Then we can't really use Barbara as like a milepost, can we? If you haven't seen her at her fullest. Unless we see one of these bludgeoning at the fullest, we won't be able to like really scale them well. But like, I don't know. I still have to see. There's a decent chance she gets mentioned, because she did get mentioned very briefly in the Kanto. She's level 70? Yeah. Levels themselves aren't necessarily, like, the biggest indicator. It's more of a gameplay thing. Hello, Armageddon. We'll see, I guess. There's a chance she gets mentioned again randomly, and we'll learn more about her. Maybe not. We can only speculate for now, though. I think Ellen Barber is the Ellen's second or first kid with their money. Yeah. I think even though Barbara's strong, I feel like Barbara at her fullest still wouldn't be to the level of Elena. But then again, we'll see. I think parts 2 and 3 of Kanto 7 will probably give us a better sense as the Blood Fiends, because right now we don't really have a good scale. Like, right? Because, like, as far as Blood Fiends we've fought, like, can't really count Nosferatu. He's an Abno, so, you know, all that cliff turn stuff, all that shenaniganery is going on, like, so that doesn't count. Elena, like, we fought Elena. We fought Cassetti. Cassetti was, I guess Cassetti was a 6th kindred. So he was not very powerful in that sense. He wasn't too hard to kill. Really, he was pretty weak, all things considered. The only reason we had trouble with him was because of Warp Train, right? Of Warp Train shenanigans. Otherwise, like, Limbus would have wiped the floor with Cassetti, probably. Back music, the bear boss fight music, partially. If you're in the middle of nowhere, we'll see. Good luck on the stalling today. Alright, good luck with your middle of nowhere. Hello. Yes. Oh, Killoslotl. Yes. True. Let's see. Yeah. Not fully sure exactly how spoilery I feel. I mean, we're already talking a fair bit about the new Kanto stuff. I think it's the kind of thing where it's gonna get fairly spoilery no matter what, right? We'll do any other fights other than Elena. We'll definitely do more than Elena. Elena's fairly simple. We'll definitely do Elena and Pluto. And if we can do Pluto in a decent amount of time, we'll also try and take down Argalia. Elena herself shouldn't be too bad. But in part 1 with Barbara, they had to squeeze the bear in there. Yeah, I think there's going to be another dream segment at the end of Area 2. Because you can see another one. I guess I can pull up the map, right? I've got that image saved, so it's not going to take me like a minute to set up. But it is a bit of length fight. Yeah, it can be, but Argalia is not a very long fight, and neither is Elena, so I think it could add up. So yeah, I'm going to pull up like the map of La Mancha Land real quick. Because you can see like there were the 2 dream segments near Area 1. These like right here. And then Area 2 seems to have one of its own, so we're probably going to see another similar thing, maybe to a larger scale. I can't fully tell what's supposed to be there in Area 2, right? And then Area 3 doesn't seem to have anything like that, but I wouldn't be surprised if there still was, and it's just not on the map. Who knows, though? We'll see. And then Area 4 is the one in the middle. Area 4 is supposed to be the, Area 4 is the Ferris wheel, I'm pretty sure. Here's it. Yeah, all the areas are fairly big to some degree, it feels like. 'Cause, I mean, like, I think you're supposed to consider, like, this entire red area as the first one. They're roughly a third each. But Area 3's got the entire roller coaster, right? I really hope we're gonna get a fight on top of the roller coaster. Windmill, yeah, it's a wind. It's a wind. I know. It's supposed to look like a Ferris. I've been calling it a Ferris, but it's like a windmill Ferris mill. Windmill Ferris wheel. Ugh. Words. Think what I've done in this canto? I'm not fully sure. Really don't know what way they're doing. I'm not sure. We're gonna fight that Ferris wheel windmill. I don't know if we'll fight itself. I feel like we might have a fight on top of it or something cool like that. I'm not fully sure. It's supposed to be a mixture of Ferris wheel and windmill, right? It's got like the blades of a windmill, but it's got the actual wheel of a Ferris wheel. So it's trying to mix the whole like funny Don Quixote windmill bit with the, like a carnival Ferris wheel bit. Yeah, Area 2 I'm pretty sure is supposed to be your Dower Mental, and that's the area that Zichun went to, I'm pretty sure, and her group. And then Area 3 is Eternal Carnival, which is the area that the Fang Hunt office went to. They mentioned at the end of Part 1 that the gate to Area 2 has been opened, so I think chances are we're going to have to go through all of them ourselves, of course. There's no way that the other groups are actually successful. Not sure what they're going to do with Zichun in general, though. Really feels like there's a lot of ways they could go about doing it. Like, will she die? That's the question. I'm not sure. I think Wei is probably dead. Like, her, like, advisor guy. He's probably gonna be dead or something. Maybe Bloodfiend did. Zichun, maybe not. I can't imagine we'd have to, like, fight a Bloodfiend and Zichun or something like that, because that seems like it would be super Honglu relevant. Like, obviously, there's a fair bit of Honglu relevancy in this canto, like, already. I doubt they go to the degree where we're going to have to fight and kill his younger sister in the middle of Dawn's canto, though, right? But I think there's a decent chance the rest of them get blood-fiended or something, and, like, we have to help Zichun or something. No clue. I would not die neither with Zichun. Yeah. I hope Cammy is fine. My personal bets, I think we're gonna have a reduel against Cammy with Dawn, where Dawn wins this time. And I think there's a decent chance Cammy will have been, blood-fiended by that point. I also did learn that is how you pronounce his name. It is Cammy. Because it's like French, so you just don't pronounce the L's, because that's how French is. It's weird. She might just be dead. That's also true, right? I could see that. Cammy's probably fine. Paola's complete. I think that's a good bet. Cammy's probably fine, but blood-fiended. Paola's, like, completely dead. And we reduel Cammy, right? Because I think that's the card they're gonna pull. And I think it would be cool if they pulled that. Maybe they won't, maybe not, I don't know. Zoe are good against holding back multitudes, though. She's probably fine. I don't know how much I trust Cammy to be loyal to her, though, right? Like, I think... Because Paola doesn't have the objective protecting Cammy, right? I'm not fully sure how I don't know. I think there's definitely something bad gonna happen to them. Because the thing is, they're not like, I mean, they're working together, I suppose, but they're not super amicable with each other. They both just want to protect their target, and that's like their #1 priority. So I could definitely see them not like being the most cooperative, right? No one can do anything, we must do everything. Yep. That's probably how it's gonna be. Limbus Company. We've got the plot armor or something. Not really armor in this sense, but I guess. Whatever. We've got the plot relevancy on our side. Alright. First things first, Elena, not too bad. Just make sure you deal with all of the, I guess this fight kind of is like, when you think about it, it's kind of like the prototype Pequod trio if you don't play it right. Since if you don't deal with the, if you don't deal with all the counter dice on Vermilion Cross, then Elena can just attack unopposed for an entire turn. Smoke, Elena. Do I have smoke on store? I don't think so. I've got a lot of strong pages, though, so I don't really feel like I need smoke. I'm not too worried. I've got, let's see, so Bina, I think I've got generic, like, yeah, I've got tanky stuff on Bina, just because of that sort of thing. Bina's normal stuff. We got Mirene's page here. We've got some strength-related stuff, not too big of a degree, but to a decent degree. Hello, Real Chesed from Library of Ruina. Oh. Yeah, Mirene's got, you know, strength stuff. We've also got Yon, though, so we can strength prescript Mirene to get more strength out of it. I like having these two on the same floor. It's a nice thing. Then yeah, we've got Distorted Blade, Baleful Brand, some light regen sort of stuff, that sort of thing. I have Ferris Guard. I don't know why I have this here. I don't know if I've ever used this page before, so I was like, yeah, sure, Yon can have it. My deck building is powerful, you know. Tanya, I mean, it's Tanya. She likes speed over speed. We got beat down for a very strong rolling thing. Her light's probably going to be an issue, but this fight isn't long enough for me to be too concerned about it. And then Camilo's got a filler page. I'm pretty sure this might be where I put Pluto in the future. Potentially. So, I mean, I just did, like, a generic Pierce deck for you. I'm not even sure if Elena is good or weak against Pierce or anything. I don't remember, like, any resistance in this game. You're neutral. Okay, they're both neutral to it. You resist Slash and that's it. Okay, so Pierce deck is fine. It's really funny. Me think really for our translation. Yeah, that's very much what I thought when I first played through the Distorted Yawn Reception. I was like, did they forget to translate this? And I later learned, oh, it's actually a funny bit that just doesn't translate. And, you know, because there have been times in the past where things would just come through untranslated, I was like, oh, classic Project Moon. But no, it's intentional, because it's quite literally like Distorto Yon in Korean, I think, right? That's what it says there, which doesn't translate Distorto Yon. It's kind of just like, it seems like keyboard smashing in Korean, right? But that's like what happened if you tried typing Distorted Yon, like, right? I'm explaining it weird, but it's a funny bit. Yeah, Elena's page, riveting. She's got blood spreading. This can be really annoying. Luckily, it's bearable, I think. Yeah, you gotta redirect that. Mana, I guess, bit. I don't know. You can probably gun down Elena. I usually just go for Vermilion Cross first, right? Yeah, type is already on the Korean keyboard, yeah. And then Vermilion Cross. Obstruct is, you know... This is like the assist defense prototype. If you don't deal with this thing, Elena just cannot be targeted next scene and still has attacks and stuff. Yon is free now. Yeah, Yon's still distorted, but Yon is out in the city, probably still doing index things. We know the index always does stuff for its own benefit, so it definitely intentionally sent Yon to, like, the library and stuff, just because they know they'd get him back, and they'd get him back, you know, in the distorted form, and they'd have their own cool distorted messenger guy. So it makes sense. It's already on. Yeah. It's funny. Oh yeah, this we need to prevent this. This is a bit that you gotta deal with. He's done a message distorted though. I can't imagine Index would turn a messenger away for being cool. I think he's probably still gonna be a messenger. I don't know. The index did it for their own benefit. He's in that weird form, but you know. Makes him even more threatening of a messenger, right? You really don't want to anger the typewriter machine, man. Yeah, Rampage Strike is a bean a bit, yeah. Simple stuff. This place feels like a whole nother world. I bid you welcome, unfamiliar child. And I kind of do a vampire voice for being a two, don't I? God. But Neil's enabled for the kill will surely help the index. I mean, didn't it, like... It could, right? It could. That's the thing, like... From what we've seen, the random shenanigans that have happened have benefited the index in strange ways, right? I'm not fully sure. But all that stuff has some degree of purpose, even if it's just, like, a minor thing. It's like if you, like, when you, like, reload, like, the save of a game and do something slightly different random to, like, re-roll, like, RNG and stuff, right? I think that's the best, like, comparison, right? Like, they're just making slight tweaks to get, like, the slightly better future. It's like they're abusing butterfly effect to their advantage. That's what it feels like. They can see the future and know what random, unimportant things to change in order to benefit themselves. We don't even know what benefit themselves necessarily means, though. Maybe to someone like Carmen... To some degree, I think it's... But, like, it's more so, And it reminded me a lot of, like, a singularity, right? It was a person once who's now become, like, this quote-unquote god of the city. Similar to Carmen. I think that's very possible, but I'm not fully sure. You can skip the introductions. I heard enough about your kind and what you do here. The power to manifest physical space. I'd almost believe it if someone said this was a singularity. Liberation right, the recrypt sword, yeah. It's weird. A space full of stars, like the one shining over the city, huh? I would like to hear what you think of the stars. They say stars are like a compass on the sky that gives guidance to people. I do feel like I like instinctively give like librarians and their respective people like similar voices some of the times. Like it all sounding converts, right? I'm not sure. I mean, everyone considers a Carmen some way or another. Yeah. We've only seen a couple things now, but I think it's gonna be like the fall. They're all gonna be like derivative of a person, right? To some degree, like the one guy with Stephanette becoming the tearful thing, or you know, Carmen becoming the bucket. It's gonna be something like that for pretty much all of them, I assume. In that case, are the stars of the city guiding lights dictating where the city should go? Or are they representations of the city itself? Are these stars shining over the city, or is it the city reflected in them? Does that matter? They're forced interpretations attached to them either way. To me, a star is nothing more than a dot on the sky. Are W singular not like that? We don't know what their singularity is. We know the byproducts of their singularity, but we haven't seen the actual, like, source of it, right? Like, from what we've seen of W Corp and R Corp, is the end result. It's like something like Enkephalin from Lob Corp, right? Like, that's what their singularity's, like, byproduct is, but the actual singularity itself is something far more, like, sinister, right? Like the bucket. So we're not really sure. We haven't physically seen any singularities beyond Lob Corp, K Corp, and maybe to some degree Old L Corp. But, I mean, we're not fully sure on that. Right? Because we don't know how much of, like, the role in Smoke Monster is accurate to the actual Smoke Monster. And we're not even sure if it's, like, the main one or if it's, like, one of multiple or whatever. Yeah, WCR saves Genevieve forms it just fixes people up. Yes. That's what the byproduct of their singularity does, right? It's a singularity's, like, result, but how do they do that? We don't know the specifics of how they manage it, but it's probably something weird. Wonder if we'll see a Smoke Monster again. We're probably gonna get some Smoke War heavy stuff in Canto 11, because that's gonna be Otis Canto, but I don't know. We'll fully see if the smoke monster will be relevant for that or not. Still not fully sure. And they give a forbidding impression like they're looking down upon us from the highest post. That's what a star means to you, I see. Why should we know how they do that? They said then gaze off to reception, I think. Yeah, something along those lines, probably. I mean, that's like the whole thing, right? You know, in the city, people care about the end results much more than the process, that's for sure. A lot of people die for your everyday convenience, but, if it's a convenience, so it's worth it for you. It's a net positive for you, even if it causes a lot of, like, suffering in the result. So it's a pretty common, like, thing in the city to think, I think. Many alluring tales are told of stars, but when you observe one up close, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Isn't that what a star is? I have no interest in such pathetic things, and rise to a star because I wanted to. Knowing I'm saying that it works pride doesn't change anything. Yeah, that is also true. Other than, like, kind of like some degree of, like, disgust, right? Like, just because we know where the K-Corp ampules comes from, doesn't change that much about them. It kind of does, but, like, to the average, like, citizen in the city, like, it's not like they can change it, right? Like, you may know the horrors of the Teary thing creating the ampules, and, you know, the ampules not exactly being healing, but that doesn't change the end result, unless you're someone who can actually, like, change the city. Not gonna be the biggest difference, right? You wouldn't ride a war train if you knew how it works? Yeah. Alright, headed laws that two things out of the city. Well, because it used to be a person, right? It's not like it's a robot or something. It used to be... We see it in, like, the Candifor dungeon, right? There's, like, There's, like, that other guy who's traveling with Stephanet, and that guy's what becomes the tearful thing. And as far as the head's concerned, if it started as a human, it's good enough. You'd still ride a warp train? Yeah, I don't think I could, you know, stomach it, but I think that's, like, the joke, like, Lesty makes, right? Like, Lesty's like, oh yeah, I'd surely ride one of these. I'd forget all about it afterwards. It's convenient. And Sen's like, wow, you really are a sicko. Or something along those lines, right? It's definitely depending on if you're fine with that. So you never woke up, yeah. Like, technically, like, it doesn't change anything knowing what's going to happen, but it sure does instill such a dread into you that a lot of people wouldn't want to do it after knowing that. But you might not have a choice. Perhaps most beings who have become stars did so simply by following their wants, much like you did. You're right, I only did what I wanted to do, walking along a droid trail. We simply question our desires just like you kind of always do, yet they feared us to an unreasonable degree. And also, like, if you heard rumors about Warp having, like, sketchy stuff to it, ride at a train, you'd come off and you'd be like, oh, that was fine, nothing happened. Even if you knew something actually happened, like, it wouldn't feel like it, right? You'd be like, oh, I guess maybe you wouldn't know if it's real or not. Even if someone told you that, like, you'd have no way of actually proving it unless you saw, like, some behind-the-scenes stuff, right? Blood fiends, blood red knight. These names plainly show how they perceive us, even though that they know we're fundamentally humans like them. I mean, X-Core monsters are human too. They probably are. If mermaids are humans too, X-Core monsters are probably humans too, right? Otherwise, the head would have done something about them. Or they're like whales. Yeah, whales fall into, like, the middle ground. They come from some sort of human-esque nature, I guess, right? I guess it's weird. Like, what distinguishes a whale from, like, a gnome, right? Something to do with sentience, probably. Yeah, it's why animals are fine. What does X-Corp do? They make metals, and they have, like, horrible, like, mining pits called hellholes that have, like, monsters in them and stuff. Whether U-Corp Singularity, you know, they're related to it. We're not fully sure the exact, like, connection, but the actual, like, whale oil is very similar in effect to U-Corp Singularity, right? It's possible U-Corp Singularity like, processes the whale oil, or it's possible U Corp Singularity creates whales as well, and that's why it's so similar, right? Could go either way. We don't really know enough about U Corp to say for certain, other than just theories and stuff. Full scroll minus 6 also just how people call them. Yeah. But I suppose there's no use in complaining about it at this point. Then I must wonder how you felt when you craved for human blood, if you still consider yourself one. Feelings, I just kill and be done with it. I've got to do something to slake the searing desire that gradually grows stronger. I guess I wasn't always like this. At first, for myself, I bit into the flesh of other humans and drank their blood for my own sake. The severe thirst was one thing, but there was also something I wanted to know. Have I become a beast that must feed on human blood like the others, or am I just being a pathetic runaway, escaping from reality? Well, I guess this is an interesting line, her saying that she's a runaway. I think she doesn't necessarily mean it literally, right, though. She might mean, like, just kind of, like, mentally, like, just kind of running away from her problems and that sort of thing. That's interesting. Most of the blood fiends aren't human. Kind of like different. Well, they're humans who've been turned into blood fiends, right? They were humans once. That's the thing. Whether or not they're different from humans is depending on your definition of human. But as far as the head's concerned, since they were once humans, they're human enough, right? It falls into that same sort of thing. Like how the Sephiroth are perfectly fine because, like, they were still brains and robots. Like, that's accepted, but Angela's not because she was a digital recreation of a brain, not being technically human origin, right? I think she means that literally. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, too. I think that means she's on the run to some degree, right? Cassetti ran away from the family, just like something to that degree. Not fully sure, though. It sounds like, because from what Cassetti says, it sounds like Cassetti is being hunted down, right? So I think if you run away as a blood fiend, like, actually, your superiors will, like, hunt you down to some degree. Or maybe Cassetti's fearful for no reason, but he definitely acts like he was, oh no, I thought someone from the family had come, right? Like, although if Elena was a first kindred, I doubt the progenitor would go off and, like, would, like, be willing to leave the facility into the city and just, like, deal with them, and, like, lower ranked blood fiends or same rank blood fiends don't really have the same place to deal with them. So they just kind of had to let Elena run rampant for a bit, right? They couldn't really get in her way, technically, because, well, of, like, kind of, like, hierarchies and stuff. And they care a lot about their hierarchy. They are very thumb-like in that regard, I suppose. I don't know. Or a mere human who's gone insane from the fiendish circumstances of twisted desires. Is Elena first kindred? We're not fully sure. I think so. Her origin story sounds very similar to that of Larier, and we know Larier is the first kindred, right? Elena's definitely been through some sort of strange... She's definitely been through a unique experience to most blood fiends, though. So we can't really say for certain yet. I would continue to ask myself that question as I chewed on their flesh. What could be the reason? Maybe I was desperate to convince myself. I used to be an ordinary human being living an ordinary life after all. There should be 2 first kindreds, right? No. What they were saying is there's infinite first kindreds. The progenitor can make as many kindreds as they want, but every kindred beyond the progenitor can only make 2, right? So, like, there's infinite first kindreds, but each first kindred can only have 2 second kindreds, each, and only, you know, like, 4th to each, like, family, right? But there's theoretically infinite first kindreds, is what Moses was saying in the cutscene, right? The progenitor does not have the same limitations as the rest of the blood fiends. We know there's, like, at least 1 colony in, like, each one. Right, so the fiends that each kindred can only have 2 kindreds. I don't find it sad, like, it just means they would need to create lower, like, rung kindreds. You know, it kind of prevents there from being too many powerful kindreds. Should be allowed to have 3 kindreds. Wonder who the progenitor is? Yeah, we really don't know. It's either, like, something related to, like, It's probably gonna be Dracula, if I'm being honest. Like, either Dracula or it will be Nosferatu to some degree. I'm not fully sure. I don't think we've got nearly enough knowledge to make a guess on it. Maybe we'll by the end of Canto 7. But for now, like, we can only have, like, pretty blind guesses. Eventually, I found myself looking for a conclusion in a matter that won't have one. So the parent having 2 children. Yeah, I guess it is kind of like the whole, like, what was that? That was like a Chinese law for a bit, right? People could only have 2 children or something. Probably deliver. Isn't it Nosferatu? There's not proof. There's not, like, solid proof it's Nosferatu. That's a theory. It's a common one. But just as likely Nosferatu can be, like, an abnormality born from the fears of blood fiends, right? Probably related to the river, yeah. I think so, too. Either the first progenitor, or either the progenitor, like, was Nosferatu, came out of, like, some crack in the river of the mansion, or the first progenitor is someone who made contact with the river somehow through one of the cracks, right? Something like that. We'll see, though. Don't really have any good guesses yet. I'm not even sure if we will get good lore on the progenitor, though. Right? Who knows? I guess I still had a grip on my sanity at that time, even as I shoved bits of flesh in my mouth from the irresistible thirst. I constantly questioned myself, telling myself that this was wrong. Well, it's all a story of the past. It's funny to look back on those times. 3 birds exist for Lob Corp. Yeah. We do know there's plenty of abnormalities that are natural, right? Manage to make it their way into the city or the outskirts through these various cracks. We're not fully sure too much on that, though. Are you amused by the image of your past self seeking an answer for a question that has none? I doubt your kind would have viewed us any differently even if I continued to think about it. I don't expect your kind to take a sudden shift and change their views on us or anything. If they want to live their lives as they see fit, then they won't stop me from doing the same. Think about it. We can't roam the street in peace. We're forced to live in the darkness. What sins have we committed to deserve this treatment? Plain as much, we only know Nosferatu and the 3 birds. I mean, there's other abnormalities that it can go either ways, right? Like, we don't know it's only them. I'm pretty sure, like Flesh Idol, for example, I'm pretty sure states in its, like, info, like, box that it was recovered from a flooded district in U-Corp, right? I'm pretty sure, like, that says it. There's probably a lot of other Abnos that have, like, real-world origins. Tool Abnos in general, like, might have a lot of that sort of thing. We're not fully sure about the origin of Tool Abnos, though. They're not really talked about nearly enough, so I'm not sure how much you can use as a basis. But, like, there are definitely a decent chunk of Abnos that are, well, original, right? I'm just gonna say whatever they want. It must just be imagination. I mean, they can say whatever they want, but, like, yeah, Shelter from the 27th is man-made. Some Abnos seem to be man-made to some degree. That's true. I guess we don't know if Shelter is based on... I mean, Shelter could be based on it to some degree. I don't know. So we can change anything. Yeah. We're not fully sure. I guess the issue with every single abnormality is, like, it could be this thing, or it could just be based on this thing, right? Like, we don't have any good way of distinguishing what actually is from the city and what's just based on some various traumas of the city, right? That's the thing. It's very hard to say for sure. We're humans like you. We just look a bit different. Seeing your kind lavishly pursue your desires while we're left in the dark, it's only natural for me to feel indignant, isn't it? If they won't reconsider how they see us no matter what we do, we'll gladly stop holding back and live as we like. That is an intriguing tale. Intriguing? Oh, whatever. Who's saying it, right? Yeah, who'd say the pale fish is right? Yeah. Like, the colored fixers in Lob Corp could have been based on actual colored fixers of the past, right? Or it could just be, like, the idea of colored fixers, yeah. A lot of that sort of thing, we just really can't say. Ordeals are especially weird, though. Because we know stuff like the Claw and, like, the Sweepers are very one-to-one based on things in the city. A lot of the other ordeals seem like they're more imaginary to some degree. I guess we don't know for sure, though. They could all exist. Are ordeals failed abnormalities? Not necessarily. They're kind of like the, like, manifestations of Aeon's mind, right? Of Aeon's, like, fears, Aeon's, like, doubts, that sort of thing. It's weird. Let's come from the river. No, they wouldn't be Abnos. Yeah. Right, Abnos all, like, come from the river in some degree, whether it be thanks to Cogito or from actual, like, cracks to the river. I think those are ordeals of the white. I think it applies to all the ordeals, right? To some degree. I'm not fully sure. That could be one of something is. That is true, yeah. They all could be. We don't really know for sure. Like, the green ordeals could be related to, like, some random thing, right? Clockwork Teeth or something. We heard the name Clockwork Teeth, but don't know what they are. It's coming from outside the city, doesn't matter. Yeah, it really doesn't make too big of a difference, but they're interesting, right? I can't handle cookies, and they feel like an abnormal. They turn into an ordeal. I don't know. Is there a good? I don't have a good way to check. Yeah. Where does the name Clockwork Teeth come from? It was mentioned in Ruina. They're in the outskirts. It's before the Blue Reverb reception. They mention how Clockwork Teeth are coming to kill them because they're in the lab in the outskirts at the time. And Eileen's like, oh, those Clockwork Teeth are no match for my gears. And then, like, the Church of Gears people, like, you know, just deal with them. So we never see them in particular, but we see, like, the outskirts residents being, like, pretty heavily afraid of them. But they're nothing compared to the Church of Gears. What do you think, or what kind of role do you want to make rather relevant to me anyway, no? You would be right. Now is the time to fight for where you stand. Be prepared. Alright, and we get to hear Etzillet now. That's cool. She's got a color under control. Doesn't that spell trouble for us? A vermilion cross? That's gotta be him. That giant cross he has. So true. Alright. There's supposedly nothing in particular. Yeah, it was probably like the actual Clockwork Teeth are probably like a larger thing in general, but like it was probably just weaker ones there. I wouldn't be surprised if they were stronger. Something like the city could be natural avenue from outside the city unless distance matters. Yeah, I don't think distance matters, right? We're not fully sure like how many Abnos are like from outskirts type things or from like within the city type thing. A lot of that sort of thing about like original abnormalities, we're not fully certain of like a lot of stuff about them, right? We might never be, right? That's how it goes. Okay, I need to remember, we do have Yawn. Awesome prescript. I mean, that's... Yeah, I mean, there's just pop it. We don't even need to use it because, like, it doesn't do anything for us, but that's fine. What do I do turn 1 here? Do I do draw? I might do draw. I think draw is decent. You trigger him. Yeah, I'm gonna remember this time. I promise. I'll just pop draw first. Yeah, draw is a nice start. Mirror doesn't be based on Yisong's mirror. I don't think so, because as far as we can tell, Yisong's mirror came like later, but not fully sure. I need to read. I haven't read like Mirror of Judgment's like observation log in a while. I'm not fully sure what we know about it, right? And that's a high roll. We don't have anything to deal with. Okay, this is what the Ferris Guard is for, though. You do that funny counter now. Okay, but we need to deal with those. Okay. And there's one good way to deal with those, baby. Yeah, just kind of ratio you. You should be able to take out all the counter dice then. Yeah, so none of them will exist, so we're set. These 6s we cannot redirect in general, though, so we need to make sure you guys deal with them. Need like a decent 3. Does Jamadar work here? Probably, yeah. Sure, pop it then. Oh yeah, this one we can't do much against, so we're just gonna Ferris Guard it. Have no assassin himself. Yeah, you got that anti-fairy tech, don't you? Time we were assassin maybe true, yeah. Like, it's possible, and it would make sense if the mirror, like, existed before Yi-Song to some degree or something. But just not in the exact same form, right? Mirror adjustments is very similar to identity stuff in general. And there's also the mirror adjustment, like, aberration that only exists in early mirror dungeons, right? In Mirror Dungeon 1, you could use it to, like, switch IDs and stuff. We need to redirect some stuff. We do not have enough speed to do too much here, unfortunately. We're going to have you probably just multi-slash redirect that. You're going to need to will the prescript one of these. Could go decently. Yeah. We're going to go for Vermilion Cross first and foremost, I think. We can start with an Augury kick here. That sounds quaint. And we just need to redirect that one. Oh. Cannot redirect that one if we do it like this. Do you have a counter to something? You do not. Okay. Well. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. You gotta do this. And then you can deal with that. Okay. We're multi-slashing that, though. That's not gonna go very well. Yeah. Oh, we can redirect it, though. Yeah, we can redirect it away. We can have you... Never mind. Just multi-slash. It's not gonna go well, but that's fine. We're going all in on you first and foremost. The guy from Worth is actual wayward passenger, even more likely. I don't know if it was necessarily like the actual Abno wayward passenger, but I think it's probably a similar occurrence to what happened to that one guy. I don't know, though. Yeah. Deal with those, so don't have to worry about that. Remaining Cross also doesn't have like status effect reducing things, so we can do a lot of mileage out of Fairy here. Okay, that's fine. We at least tied one of those. That's good enough. Augury kick you for funny strength next turn. Yeah, that was just to redirect that so Remaining Cross can get the strength and stuff. Yeah, sure. Yeah, this doesn't do too well. That's fine. We expected that. Elena heals up, but we're not trying to do too much damage to her here anyways, so I'm not too concerned about that. Oh, yes, you're doing this now. Let's see. And then we just need to pillar it. Okay. That'll work. You don't really want to deal with that, do you? Not really. Pillar that. Should be fine. Let's see. What do you want to do here? You didn't get the... Oh, that's fine. How's the strength looking, though? You got 2 of it. You got... Okay, cool. You got 5 strength this turn, so you could really do a lot here. I like the idea of, like, Will of pre-scripting there, and then maybe, like, BGing this. Yeah, that'll work well. Okay. Then we'd ideally get some clashing from you guys. Confrontation, one of them, and then what do you have? You can seize you a chance one of these. That'll work decently, okay. Something like that, yeah, sure. And then we're just gonna hit you a bunch. Cool. Means you're not gonna be doing great here, but that's fine. I could just pop an overspeed or something, but I think that's a bad play. I think we just have you just kind of conserve light. You're not getting emotional here because you're not clashing. I've accepted that. We just need to live with it, right? Still a speed die next turn. I like the idea of just popping that against Elena, though, just so you do less next turn. Because you don't mass attack... I think she mass attacks turn 4, I want to say, right? That's what I believe. I might be wrong. Okay, we get hit by one of those, but I know we win that third one. Cool. Yeah, if I have strength here, so that's doing a little bit. Shh. MBG, also gaining a bit of strength, so that's nice. More strength next turn. We could go for this. It's not the worst idea, right? Yeah, sure. We'll try Exodia. I don't think it'll matter here. I think we're going to have won this fight before it can actually matter. Yeah, get ratioed. Yeah, cool. Love to see it. Oh, I forgot to I forgot to trigram and prescript. Okay, we'll have you do this. Nice. We can trigram formation you, which would be really funny. Kind of want to trigram formation big guy. Your speed is high this turn. We can't redirect. Okay, that's fine. Well, we can beat down that, right? We can't overspeed shenanigans here, but I mean that's fine. And before you get to motion 5, yeah. Yeah, it will. I should have just taken a redirect anything, because their speed's high. Yeah, so you got pretty good speed rolls here. Beanzodi is better than Tifzodi, I think. I think they've got their own ups and downs, right? Tifzodi is harder to get off, that's for sure. And, you know, having to choose Wrath means there's guaranteed at least one turn. Unless you do... I guess you can manipulate it technically, but there's usually at least one turn where you have to deal with being unable to actually, like, control your librarian. I just said center. Ignore that. Hey, we're going to strength you this turn because I think that's funny. You're at 6 strength right now. That's a couple. And I really want to true trigram formation this guy because I think that would be really funny. You've only got 2 light left, so you can't do any of this stuff, yeah. We'll redirect that away then, sure. We'll prescript that. You can Baleful Brand here, that's nice to see. Love good Baleful Brand. You're just kind of having to tank that, that's fine. You can't do much here. We'll redirect that with Bean or something, right? Lock does nothing here. Bean's always forced, so yeah, because it does damage to everyone, like every turn, right? That's the thing. I believe. Like it's what, 10 damage to all characters every scene or something? Redirect that with someone. I mean, we should probably have you do it, yeah. Attempt the fairy. Maybe it'll work, right? Who knows? You're just gonna one-side this guy. We're just gonna one-side this guy a bunch this turn. That's the plan for this turn. We're one-siding this guy a bunch, right? Okay, that's a bit unfortunate. You're gonna be in a bit of suffering, but that's fine. Lock is... Yeah, Lock only exists for, Lock only exists for Red Mist, and after that point, like, there's nothing Bina can fight that doesn't have Shimmering. It's very bad. Right? It's very unfortunate. There's so much Shimmering that it really doesn't help. It was made for Red Mist fight and not for the rest of the game. This Tri-Game should do decent damage. That's fine. No fairy, but that's okay. Beat down you, just so we don't have to worry about that. You get hit a bit, but we knew that was going to happen. Oh, actually, we don't win those. Oh, well, we like partially won that. I mean, that's better than nothing. Nice evasion stuff. Love to see it. I think next tech is Mass Tech turn, so maybe we should have been more careful with some of our people using strong stuff, but that's fine. Fighting the final boss can't have 7 seems, yeah. We're definitely kind of owning so far, but that's also because, yeah, this fight is really easy. I think it's Mass Tech time, so maybe I'm speaking too fast. Who do we give that to? Do we let Bina do that? I don't know if I want her to be the clasher here. Probably should just give it to you. You're strong. Yeah, this is endurance turn, of course. What do you get? Strength, obviously going to you. Okay, also gave one to Camille. There's space RP for 1 turn. Yeah, sure. I'll take your dare. Don't really use trigrams yet. I think the AI is making great choices, honestly. Yeah, that's fine. Camilla's been staggered. Camilla's dying, but you know, that's fine. It happens. Alright, back to playing the game. You think just do shit here? Yeah. Your Rampage is striking this turn, as you do. Your light's actually awful right now. Oh yeah, we can't do that. Well, you can get the light here, so that's good at least. Do that. You're probably going to get staggered. Do we bet on it, though? Maybe, actually. It could be a decent choice. You can reject anything, that's good. Stream rate isn't going for Beast. Oh, can I still... Oh, it's... Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay. I got confused. It's 2 tier 2s, that's right. I thought it was 2 tier 1s and a tier 2. But no, it's 1 tier 1 and 2 tier 2s, isn't it? Yeah. That's, you know, misplay on my part, I suppose. We can have you deal with that, and then, like... hit this guy a little bit, just for fun. Funsies. You can't do anything else here. You're on... that duty. Inject. Yeah, that's fine. Could overspeed one of these. Kind of a bad usage of our light. There is no butt. We can unlock this, though. That's our butt. This should be good enough. We're not egoing. I don't think we need to right now, though. I'd rather play it safe, right? Overspeed gaming. Nice. Do some solid stagger damage. Even if she heals up HP, she doesn't heal up stagger, so, like, it's not going to help her that much in the long run, right? Okay, you didn't even get staggered by that. You might get staggered if we don't stagger Vermilion Cross, but, like, if so, that's fine. We're staggering Vermilion Cross, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, cool. He's very dead at this point, indeed. What do you have? Oh, strength! I've gotten 3 strengths so far, and you're not even high enough emotional level to have 2 options. So, I mean, yeah, we're doing pretty well on that front. So, Vermilion Cross, give him 3 strength protection. I guess we don't want him getting protection, yeah. Well, we can Justitious someone here. Your speed's a little high right now. Oh, it's because you've taken some damage, right? You're getting a bit of haste from rapid augmentation at this point, so that's nice. On top of the fact that you used, Gap Attack last turn, I think, right? Did you? No, you used some... I don't know. I don't remember. Not that we need to remember in this fight. You can forgore and just live. You can do a little bit of Elena duty. We can make this a strength turn. Kind of not the most useful strength turn, but that's fine. We'll true trigram you for funsies. Honestly, we'll Augury kick you well as well for funsies. And then everyone else is just kill this guy mode. You're gonna lose your unlock, and well, there's no way you're actually gonna get those off, but that's fine. It's how it be. Could beat down something. That'll be more than enough. I think Vermilion Cross seems to be a blood bag rather than a kindred. Yeah. I mean, for all we know, Elena's already, like, used up her kindreds in the past, right? Yeah, it's possible she did, and maybe, like... And they could have died, too, right? Like, it's possible she went, like, on a rampage, because, you know, some Blood Fiend hunters killed her, like, underlings or something, and, like, she had no one left. It could happen. Use HP is low, deal more damage. Don't mind if I do. Oh, you're not low enough, darn. Or you are low enough, but... Oh, GBF, no, you're light. Okay, light's an issue right now, that's fine. Unless... It's strength again! Okay. I mean, we'll take it, obviously. I'm not complaining. You should get the light this turn. So you can just, like... Will prescript this and get a lot of mileage out of it, right? Just you left at this point, though, I'm not too concerned. You might heal a bit off this mass tech. I'm not convinced everyone here is going to be able to handle it. I don't have a lot of faith in my librarians, it seems. Not necessarily because they're bad. Oh, we can double degraded chain. That's fun. Overspeed gaming. That's fun. Okay, you're not doing great. That's fine, it happens. This is probably good enough. I don't think maybe I should have changed some redirection stuff. Okay, overspeed loss. I guess I should have seen that coming. You were clashing, weren't you? Oh, that's fine. Enjoy losing a 2 speed ace next time. That's a blurry range. You can use everything one shot. If there's some colors, should probably be dead. Yeah. Feeling members of PM stuff is impressive. There's so much to remember. There really is a lot. I definitely don't blame people who do not know a lot of the lore stuff because yeah, there is a lot and it's becoming more and more each time. I've just got, you know, the PM brain rot, so I can manage. It's distorted blade you now. That's fun. The sealed dice didn't do much for us too much. The violin ensemble is yeah. Yep. So that's weird. Okay, that's fine. Let's have you Justicia for fun. Let's have you Apocalypse for fun. Well, we get strength again, so that's nice. You've never read Distortion Detective? Or you never Distortion Detective? Distortion Detective's good. I like it a lot. It's really good. I was very glad to see the return. We finish Elena's Justicia. It might happen. We'll see. I'll leave it down to fate, right? That's the funnier way to do it. We're spamming a bunch of stuff. Distorted Blade's gonna do a lot, right? Apocalypse gonna do a lot because she's below half, we're below half. You have 6 HP left. I think Bean just kills then, right? Yeah. Well, that's fitting too. And then just rolling on Florian, someone else could have gotten them. A lot of people were going after Blood Red Knight, right? We're not fully sure just how many. But, like, it seems like it was a pretty wide, like, thing, right? Hearing it doesn't get finished makes me sad. It's unfinished, like, intentionally, because they're planning on doing more stuff with it, right? You can probably live without it, but it's an enjoyable read. Even if it doesn't have, like, a conclusion, like, it's fairly episodic in, like, a lot of its plot structure stuff. You know, it's, like, deal with distortion, deal with the next. There's some overarching stuff, obviously, right? But, like, I don't think it needs to be a conclusion to be an enjoyable read. You learn about the characters, see the stuff, and you know their story's still ongoing in Olympus, right? And that's good enough. Okay, we get that sort of stuff. Oh, that's going on to linear. Yeah, we'll just throw that on real quick. I'll remember to do something about it some other time. Blood spreading, you get a mass attack, heal based on damage shield. It's funny. And also Crimson Claws. Is this considered good? I'm not sure. It's solid, it's healing, that's nice. If you heal a bunch each turn, you gain strength 16, so it's nice. I think I mentioned a few yeah, I'm pretty sure. Isn't Elena's, like, wasn't her, like, bedroom made out of, like, the veins of, like, 3,000 people or something? I'm pretty sure that's what Elena mentions. So Elena definitely killed, like, a decent chunk of people, right? Claus Elena did work for Black Suns for me, yeah. It's probably pretty strong. Elena's page is, like, a solid one in general, right? You know? Being able to get strength consistently, having a built-in health hauler is nice. Just give her, like, mind hauler or something, and then she'll be set on stagger too. That's the main thing, right? Do you have Paradise Lost Eagle for million first editions? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Actually, you know what? I'll do that real quick. For the funny. Let me restart the game. And then we'll do. Oh, I actually installed it. Okay. I installed it already, so I didn't actually need to relaunch the game, apparently. I did that last time, but forgot to equip it, I think. Well, we'll do that. That's just funny. I like Ezra. I like all the Distortion Detective gang. They're really good. They're cool. Gonna sleep. See you next stream. Farewell. Our daily polls. I'll get to them eventually. I'm trying to conserve for once. I'm gonna change their films company. They put those for the rest of the camp. Yeah. I mean, if they're gonna make Distortion Detective visual novel, a decent chance it's gonna be based on. I mean, I don't know if it'll be a retelling at this point. It'll probably more so be like newer, right? Like focus more so on more recent events. Maybe it'll still be, you know, that older time frame, but who knows? By the sounds of it, they haven't even started working on it, so it's probably a ways away still. The end visual novel. And not Philip's page. Where is it? Probably just called Paradise Lost. Let's see if I can find it. It's Probably an older one, right? Since it's Paradise Lost. I feel like that's an... Yeah, there it is. Cool. There we go. There we go. You got that now. I don't know why it's in like an evade sprite for the default pose, but you know, it's funny. While we're here, let's drip Hawkma out while we're here. There, let's make him drunk. Let's make him sparkly. No. Cigarette? No. That doesn't fit him. Sunglasses? No, the monocle's cooler. Cover your monocle, that's funny. Can you do that? Okay, that's interesting. I don't want to give him a hat. I don't know. I can see the appeal, but like most of these are a little bit too much for what I'm going for, I want to say, right? If you give him the price answer. No, you know, that's good enough. Drunk analyst, sure thing. Good enough. Oh yeah, I need to show off the floor. Yeah, Hawkma's running purple tier, of course. It's mostly Blockma, of course. That's gonna be the play. We'll see how that goes. Bayard. I mean, it's Bayard, right? Stagger self. Funny. Funny attack. That's how it works. Bommy's got Jaehyun, you know, blunt type of deck, that sort of thing. Puppet Strings allows us to make it so someone can, like, survive. I might Puppet String Melon, because I think some, like a safety net for Bayard's probably pretty solid. That's why I gave him, reindeer treatment, right? Because, like, that way we can potentially do decently with that. Maxim's page, tanky, bulky, that sort of thing, right? Also, you know, just Maxim, right? I don't have the mass deck on you. Maybe I should try it. You know what? I'll put the mass deck on you. We'll try it. Don't use it. Do you? But I should. And then we took out a bunch of random Hana stuff on you. That's it. I might try doing something funny with this in the future, but for now, let's have the floors looking. Let's step into it. Pluto. I forgot we need about the contracts. Actually, we might need to do something about that, don't we? Genuinely completely forgot that I need to think about the contracts. You know, let's roll with it, you know? How poorly could it go? Or I almost skip this instinctively now. Greetings, I'm Hawkma. I'm the librarian who guards this floor. You are quite the polite gentleman. This was unexpected from the library that was rumored to be brutal. Not to mention, this place also has a rather quiet and moody atmosphere. Not bad. The silence and emptiness makes it hard for one to believe that the macabre atrocity of turning people into books has taken place here on multiple occasions. May I ask who the people behind you are? They're the assistant librarians who shall aid me in receiving you warmly. You must introduce yourselves to each other. We must have faith, am I right? Yeah. I can probably give the one, that doesn't allow you to play multi-attack things to Hawkma. If I block them up, I think that means I can't, use, I think he's got one that's got multiple attacks, though. He got multiple, maybe, right? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. But of course, my name is Pluto. I believe this was a floor dedicated to the topic of religion. What is religion in your view, if I may ask? What could it be? I would say that it is what one firmly believes in, a state of mind that gives motivation and significance to their deeds. You have blackmail from Limbus? True. It's like a Limbus, right? Is the power of a belief really limited to endowing one with such a mindset? Doing deeds for the good of this world doesn't inherently make one a good person, and neither does committing bad deeds make one evil. I'm trying to go for like a G-Man type voice here, but it's sounding more like Xavier Renegade Angel. Oh well. Even if one performs misdeeds, they can be a virtuous person, and can be forgiven for anything. I'd argue that belief in religion are what enables one to think that everything they conceive and accept is right. Bella is not a blood fiend distorted into something similar because the rumor she is one. I don't know. It sounds like she's an actual blood fiend from a lot of her dialogue. We don't know enough about the distorted, like, blood fiend type stuff. All we know is Rusk, and even then we don't actually see him in action, because, like, distortion detective moment. I don't think we know nearly enough about, like, the whole distorted, blood fiends thing to say much about it. The other blood fiends recognize it, yeah. Not fully sure. In that context, faith in religion has to be a truly selfish and cruel concept. I suppose your statement isn't entirely incorrect. Do you agree with it? I could say it is true, and that an unsteady and troubled mind is prone to absorb improper beliefs. Unsteady, you say? Do you have anyone or anything you believe in? I cannot say for sure. I tend not to place faith in what I cannot see. In fact, I cannot be entirely certain of it if I am here in reality or in a dream, or I am actually looking at you or not. Sounds like this guy needs to get his own dream ending, eh? I even question the fact that I am here, stand on my own 2 feet. After all, it may be a mere product of an illusion. Humans can fool their own senses. How can I believe in what does not exist, let alone worship it? I thought we should not like the Grand Hives, right? Yeah. Isn't Russ kind of like Don Quixote? Kind of, but it seems like a different situation entirely. We don't know. I don't think it's worse with Phenomena. Yeah, that too. Right. As far as we know. Timeline, I guess, isn't fully set in stone, but, like, Pianist was the first big one. She was obviously before Pianist, so probably not. Timeline, like, in between Lob Corp and Ruina is still pretty hard to pin down, but... That would be akin to sensing coldness upon touching a hot object, and vice versa. For instance, what if there was a deceptive entity that masks one's perception of the world without falsehood? Regardless of the reality, if one perceives it in a certain way, that would become an undeniable truth. I do want if I recall correctly. That's what everyone thinks, but like the only issue is like PM is really bad about giving us a time frame for a lot of the pre-Limbus stuff. So we really don't have anything set in stone. It is probably not very long. But then we've got something like the gap between Ruin and Limbus, which like sounds like it could be like up to like 5 years long, right? Like with like the Walpurgis text from Faust, like. But at the same time, like, how can it be that long if the gold bows are still relatively untouched? It really is hard to pin down a lot of that sort of stuff. That's the issue. You can try and piece together as much as you can, but in the end, the issue is you can't really pin down it that well. I guess part of the thing in the city, though, is, like, the progression time doesn't matter too much because it's, like, an endless cycle. Like, nothing ever really changes. Stuff like Distortion gets added to this city. It doesn't change how things go. Poor, poor, rich, or rich, so on and so forth. Who would want to go inside Lob Corp facilities? That's also true, yeah. Isn't all of that changed? I mean, I don't know how much we know, because it also sounds like people getting unbooked can be unbooked, like, incredibly long time after, right? Like, because by the sounds of it, Kim got unbooked, like, while we were there, right? Like, he had been unbooked, like, days at most, like, recently. And we know it's been a while since that, so, like, I don't know how much we can use Molder as a benchmark, because, well, the unbooking process seems like it's taking a long time. But that also makes, you know, it being a large gap seem super improbable, but at the same time, who knows? Angela mentioned that, you know, because Roland took her out of light, that there were issues in the unbooking process, and it could be, like, temporal as well, right? Even if it turns out to be false, the fact that one believes it to be the truth at the moment remains stalwart. To believe in something, one must believe in themselves and their view on it. You're speaking specious words. Reaver got booked basically instantly, yeah. But they also got booked, like, before the entire thing. They got unbooked, like, at the start of, like, the new White Knights, right? The new 7 days, whatever you want to call it. Like, well, everything else seems to have probably been unbooked afterwards. So we don't know. The reverb situation was definitely different. Maybe it's like, I don't know. We don't know nearly enough. Decent chance one of the upcoming mid chapters is gonna relate to more library guests, because we haven't seen any of them since Split Lineage event, right? So I could definitely see us getting another mid chapter for that sort of thing. I only realized that day that I cannot blindly trust what my eyes show me. In that moment of the past, I was made a fool. The shallow promise that our safety would be secured. The thin piece of contract is what cost me everything. Had he not saved me, I might have drowned myself in resentment toward the whole world and met my end. And now, I plan to take the path he intends to open. If I had to state one thing I believe in, it would be Sir Argalian, the new world he shall create. Let me ask you what makes you put faith in him. If I can close my eyes and open them again to a new world forever devoid of lies, I will readily believe him. Roll into the... yeah. The guy in the chess-head cutscene is Pluto's voice actor, and he's called Pluto internally, that sort of thing, right? And based on the time they booked, like, the earlier took longer. It doesn't seem to be that way, though, based on the fact that Molar's been out unbooked for at least a few months, and Kim was, you know, like that. I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's a pattern we know of yet, right? Like, because Molar, like, way before Kim, relatively, and Kim got unbooked, like, at least a few months later. It's very weird. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, we get a mid-chapter where some people get unbooked, like, right in front of us, and we're like, ah! And then hijinks ensue. They attack us at first. We work with them for some reason. I don't know. We'll see. And I hope you will come to appreciate the city when it becomes such a place. I will refrain from stating my assessments. My opinion matters little to you, after all. Well, if you say so. In that case, be prepared. Okay, Pluto time. Let's see what we do about the contracts here. You're going Blockma, of course. Okay, let's see. Fully use... Who's the best at fully using all their light each turn? It's a tough question. We're puppet stringing you. I said that already, but that's the plan. See how that goes. We don't actually have anyone that's super light heavy, do we? Okay, then here's the idea. We give it to someone... Yeah, Will of Prescript's the issue here. Yeah, we can't really play it. So we'll play it this turn then, I suppose, right? Okay, just one offensive die. Yeah, we'll use it here and now. Just to get it out of the way, right? I mean, it gives strength, though, so that's not good. Late passive scam, you sure alive from killing. Yeah, it's awful. Do we try giving it to you? You've got a solid bit of single dice stuff. I'm not fully sure. I mean, it's... Yeah, we'll try that, though, yeah. We'll send it. We'll see how it goes. Is he gonna really bad once Pluto calls the Shades? I'm not sure if he's gonna copy it, right? I'm not fully sure if he will, right? I'm not too knowledgeable on the Shades in general. So you... Who should be the must clasher? You can be a must clasher, I think that'll work. Decent enough. Must use all light is going to be a bit of an issue. We'll try giving it to Puppeteer. You've got a light wrist. We'll try giving it to Puppeteer, and maybe we'll, like, get Baptism, right? See, You must use pages certain cost. Certain costs gain power, others lose power. Yeah. You can take gain lose power, that'll probably be fine. And then you take the last one. Sure. And let's see how that goes. Might be good enough. I think they copy like passives and stuff like that, but I don't think they can use on use pages, right? That sort of thing. So I think the red shade should be relatively, or the shade should be relatively fine. On that front, I'm not sure. I need to see just what they are gonna copy. Will a prescript, will a prescript. Oh yeah, right. We probably shouldn't have someone who's got a mass attack, huh? That's fine. Too late to worry about that, right? How heavily are they going for you? Oh, that's bad. Your light's bad here. Well, that's fine. Means you can't do funny counter dice bit, though. So let's see, you can only do stuff that has one offensive dice. So that means I think everything's fine for you except for Will of Prescript, right? I'm pretty sure. You cost is 1. You need to play 1 costs. You can't play 0 costs here. Alright. That's annoying. You need to clash, yeah. And you need to spend all your light and not gain light regen stuff. So you can, like, steal Knuckles, Will the Prescript or something, right? Something like that. Okay. That actually probably works well, yeah. It means you're gonna Will the Prescript, which I guess is annoying, but, like, I don't want you to do the real me thingy. Try bulky impacting that. Could work. You need to Will the Prescript Ren counter here, I think. That's your best play. Something like that, at least. I guess we need to redirect the 6s first and foremost, to be. That's fine, we'll ignore that. I'd like to clash that. We can have something random clash that, though. Okay, what do you have that can do this decently? Faultless Strike. Not the best, but honestly it's decent. What do you need to do? Okay, lose. You need to play 1 costs this turn. Okay. That's actually perfect. Oh yeah, Faultless Strike that. Absolutely. Jeez. Anything else you can really demolish here? Maybe not necessarily, but I think this multi-slash could go decently, right? You're getting a bunch of power here. You're not clashing against much yet. Yeah, you need to, though. Yeah, right. That's your bit. You're fine with, like, that, then. I'd like to redirect that. We can try grazing the grassing it. Sure. I'd like to redirect that, too. This is interesting how Ruina fights feel like weaker versions of Limbus fights. Yeah, Limbus, they've definitely, like, taken a lot of weird fights and really, like, innovated them to be better, right? That's how it's felt for a lot of fights. You're just gonna get dodged. I guess you're gonna have you take that, sure. We'll try this first turn. Oh yeah, right, you've got one of these. Forgot to do that last turn. That's fine. After image, no thank you. Cool. Emotion level. Love it. I want to say we're off to a solid start so far. Double edge ring. Yeah, some of these guys are really close to being staggered already, which is nice. We're taking some damage on some of our people, though, so ups and downs. Right. Will the Prescript should be guaranteed to win this one? Yeah, cool. So that's good. It means they're Will the Prescripting next turn, but I don't think any of them are going to do the real... Oh, never mind. The power wasn't enough there. I was going to say I don't think any of them were going to use the real one thing, but that one is... Okay, it's fine. We're giving you Baptism, so you've got a way to spend a little bit more light. Because that should work pretty nicely for you. Yeah, okay, you're the real one. So we... Serpentine barrier you, and that's probably good enough. Who's going for you? Those two? I think we ignore those two then. Yeah, we should be able to handle them pretty easily. Sure. Ready position, ready. What do you need to do? You need to play 3 costs this turn. Okay, we're not already positioning then. We'd rather save that. And you cannot play 1 costs. Okay, well you can like gig after image here then. Could definitely get a good after image off of the magic missile, depending on how that goes, so we'll try it. Need to reject that with someone else, yeah. You need to clash. Okay, that's fine. I'll keep that in mind. Baptism, you probably? Yeah, sure. Give you the baptism. That's nice. What about specifies allies only? Oh, my bad. I accidentally baptized the enemy, darn. You just need to one-sided, yeah. Do you get white in? I mean, if we're giving you baptism stuff, probably if we get to that point, yeah. So it seems like it'll work out. Let's see. What do you do here? Just inhale smoke that, not because you particularly... No, you don't need to deal with it. Right. Let that go for you. Oh, one of these we wanted to let go for you, didn't we? Which one? I don't remember. You, no. We're doing that. I guess we were. Okay, that's fine. That works for me. Was it this one? No, we wanted to redirect them. Okay, so it's the other one. We want to find more Envy Pecatula. I hope they have Envy Pecatula still a thing in, have a thing in next Mirror Dungeon, but just balance them in such a way where, like, they won't all have all egos, right? If you just make their egos, like, a little bit less, like, everything good, then that, like, alone, like, greatly improves the gaming experience against Envies, right? Can't play 1 cost. Yeah, that's fine then. So if they just, like, they'll lose some ego, sure, I'm sure, right? But just don't give them all egos, and then, like, I mean, I think then it's perfect, right? That's how I feel, at least. Didn't need to start with 0 sins. That, and, like, basic egos, something like that, and, like, thematic egos, right? Like, give Grip Faust Hexnail, give DHA Merceau Pursuant, stuff like that, right? Like, obviously it means a lot of strong egos, but, like, having all good egos on all of them, I feel like will be unnecessary. I mean, it made sense in there, right? I just mean it'll be unnecessary in, like, the future, I think, right? If they want to make them more bearable. Oh yeah, you don't want a multi-slash, do you? You don't want a gig either, huh? Are you fine with 1 light? Maybe we drop this instead, we gig Great Serpent's Impact? That's actually not a bad play. We just Great Serpent's Impact like this guy, sure. That'll work. I think we're doing well on everyone here. Okay, the after image did not work out. Good to know. Shh. That's fine. It happens. Serpentine Barrier, yep, staggers that guy. Good to see. Okay, Serpentine Barrier, well, we are getting one side of Pluto. No, that's fine. Yeah. Effect passive will work, yeah. In Railway 4 in general, you just got so many ego resources, right? Both you and the enemy got a bunch. Do I take Attention Focus or Lean Bloody Wings here? These guys are all pretty staggered already. I don't think the staggers can do much, because we can't do much to Pluto with it, I don't think. I think we take Lean Bloody Wings instead for the damage. I think that'll work better for us. Let's see. Can't play 2, or no, you. Can't play 2 costs. Want to play 1 0 cost. Okay, that's fine. You're repressed fleshing. Please don't. Okay. You're not mass tagging, though. We really need to deal with this one. Because I do not want you to have that, right? do not want you to mask tag us, and you probably will in due time. Which would not be fun. It's really funny to me why did they give this an offensive dice? Like, it doesn't do anything, but like Ominous Power has no offensive dice and it still works. Like, is there any reason this has a random offensive dice in it? Like, I can't imagine it's, I don't know. A really minor gripe to have, that's for sure. You get some baptisming going, that's nice. Love a good baptism here and there. Savaya, she's good. Yeah, she's super tanky. That's for sure. Very, very good unit. Alright, you've got... No, you've got these, right? What are you doing this turn? You're... Okay, you're gonna need that endurance, I think, because I think you were going to get staggered here. But you can't play... Okay, you're going to try and double-edge red counter a repressed flesh. It's going to be a bit of a roll, I want to say, for like most of that. But if you win one clash, you get more maxed value. Your chances are better. If you lose one clash, you're getting staggered. You're blunt stagger resist, actually. So maybe you can, like... I don't know. Isn't she Pierce weak? Yeah, I mean, she's just good. Stu amounts of defense level and, like, resistance that she can gain will really do a lot for you, right? Okay, do we try this here? I think we do. You need to clash, right? You're the clasher. You're Mr. Clasher. So you should probably primarily be on Pluto duty, right? Also less because she's ish. I mean, was this the change? Was the Sin Affinity shenanigans going on there? That could also impact it, right? See, we're gonna be on that, sure. We be on that. Let's see, what was the plan here? We're gonna have you repress flash, great servant impact, so you should probably pop one baptism. We'll give it to you because you might need it here, right? I'll try that. Repress flash that, sure. And then Great Servant's Impact that, sure. That's fine. You don't need to use 0 cost. You're being hit by this then, though? Ooh. What about no? Shh. That's a 6/6. I actually have a lot that would do well against that. We'll redirect it, though. Actually, we'll just let it hit, honestly. That might go first, right? And that could stagger. Might. We'll see. We'll see. That's how this turn's going. It's a we'll see kind of turn. You've got a 0 cost turn, right? Yeah, so that's nice. Do some damage. You can be on kill duty, actually. I like the idea of having someone on kill duty here, just to make sure you die. Which one's this? Oh, this is the Bayard. I assume Bayard just doesn't function, and because he's got Fragile, he's taking a lot of damage in general. I guess I'm not fully sure, but that's my guess. You can deal with that, yeah. Iron Wall that, sure. Could work. Letting that one go through, letting that one go through, yeah, that works. Oh yeah, well you need to clash. Oh yeah, that's right. So you should probably just do this just so you have the sake of clashing it, yeah. We'll hit one of these guys with like something, right? You know, we can, you can't 2 cost here. Okay, don't 2 cost then. 3 cost confrontation something then. Sure, if you do this, you're getting stack. Okay, yeah. You're countering that, I think, right? Don't really want to have you do that because that ruins that bit. We can just have you do that, and okay. This looks good, I think. I like this fight. There's a lot of thinking to it, but like, without building super hard around it, it's cool to have to work around the limitations. Okay, yeah, like, there was a decent chance that happened. I knew that was a likely possibility, but that's fine. We can handle a stagger. We've killed one of them, right? So we're in a good spot. They're, gonna be doing their funny stuff this turn. Or, yeah, this upcoming turn. You got staggered. Ooh. You got staggered, so that's good. How many of them can actually do anything here? I could do confession. Pretty good time for a confession, actually. Yeah, actually pretty good time for confession, yeah. I was gonna do baptism bit, but I mean, it's kind of too good of a time for confession to not. Don't know what's best here. Healing speed, dice, gain speed. I'll take the healing, though, for safety. Yeah, kind of like the perfect time to get a confession. I'll gladly take that. Yeah, you think you're the real one. You can't play 3 costs. I wouldn't want you to. You want to play 2 costs. That's actually fine. I'll try like a knockback. These are 9 to 9s. Maybe we should have something good clash against that. I don't know. Let's see. Do a little baptisming. I'd also like you to penitence. Then you can like... then you need to 1 cost. That actually doesn't work out well. We want you to Gig Steel Knuckles this turn, probably. So yeah, Gig Steel Knuckles, throw on a baptism. No, wrong place. Baptism to you, cool. Yeah, baptism is actually really good for that. I don't think I've ever used baptism for this fight before, but it's kind of perfect for this one. Can't do anything against that, that's fine. You're on Pluto duty, of course. You're the best for it, because you need to clash, so I don't want you to not clash, because that would be unfortunate. Bulky impact that or something? Sure. 3... What do you want to do? 2 costs. Right. That actually works well then. Sure. 3. You want to clash that? You can't play 3 costs. Okay, that's fine. Try a will there. If there's a will, there's a way, as they say. Hey, hey. And then you're... You need to not play this. Remember, if you play this, you get staggered instantly. So do not play Will the Prescript, no matter what, as tempting as it's going to look. It is a bait. And you do not want to fall for the bait. Simple as. Smoking Pipe, one of these. Counterpipe Might, one of these. Raise the Grass one-sidedly. You don't want to play... Yeah, that's right, cool. You don't have any other 2 costs, so you're probably better off not doing anything else there. Oh, yeah, we want someone to Penitence. Oh, yeah, we'll have you Penitence. That'll work. Playing Will the Prescript. Oh, that's a good idea. No. I'm not falling for it this time. I'm not gonna... No chat. I'm not gonna kill everyone. That would be insane. That would be insane. So crazy that Cammy's a real character, isn't it? Okay. Maybe should have played that better. That's fine. We're one-siding that guy. Are we? I think so. Maybe not. I don't know if we are, actually. Okay. Yeah. Just this guy left. So that's, I mean, that's pretty fine. You're almost at ground crash territory. I don't know if I want you to ground crash, though. It's kind of too late for it to be worthwhile. That's fine. Where you going? You're kind of going heavy into the... Okay, that's fine. We will... Yeah. What do you have this turn? Will the Prescript, Great Serpent's Impact. 3-2, 3 left. This is a Baptism except 10% damage turn, probably. We'll give that to you. Great Serpent's Impact. Actually, no, we'll Prescript that. Great Serpent's Impact, the big guy. Just because it's funny. Actually, no. Never mind, I've changed my mind again. Great Serpent Impacting you, and we're Will the Prescripting you. For fun. You don't have anything great to clash here. You can... Energy Conversion. No. Are you going? Yeah, sure. You're actually... Okay, yeah. We'll Serpentine Barrier that, because we'll also Serpentine Barrier Pluto in the process, so that's good. Do the funny. I'll consider it at a future date. Oh, 3 costs get buffed for you this turn. Alright, then. That's solid. That's very, very solid. So it's like so solid that it's like a liquid, ain't it? You can one-side that, yeah. What? You can't play 1 cost? Okay, that's fine. You can get to play a 0-cost Ren counter. That's pretty good. Are you always the highest emotion level? Who knows? You're just doing well, right? Simple as that. I want someone to redirect that. You don't have anything actually good to deal with that, so we're just gonna say we just have you clash that because you like to clash, right? You're the clasher, man. That's what you do. You don't like not clashing. Actually, we should have you... Yeah, we'll actually do that. And then we'll emotional turbulence one-sidedly here, sure. You're gonna throw these into Pluto just so you can actually land them. Safety, right? That'll work. In the future, the whole 6 centers can retreat or even play music chairs with the whole team. Yeah, like if we get another Deviat ID, I hope we can just kind of cycle between them, just for the bit and chain battles. I think it's funny. Oh, this is good. Yeah, sure. Nice. I mean, yeah, that works well enough, honestly. So yeah, cool. You get staggered. You're very dead here. We definitely kind of went all in on that guy, as we should, though, right? Gig that, nice. Love it. For official you see clear manifesting ego from ally, that's for the first time. Yeah, that sure is a mechanic. Funny bit. I had been thinking about how, like, something like that actually could be optimal, because if Barbara uses specifically the insta-kill attack, she gains 3 fragile next turn, or 4 fragile next turn, I think. So, like, if she kills one of your allies, you can get some mileage out of it. Why is your emotion level so bad? Oh yeah, I guess it's because you've only got normal speed, right? You don't have speed 3. I guess you don't either, though, but these 3 do, yeah, right? Don't see it. You do this bit now. Your light is awful, and you want to play 2 costs. Not gonna happen. Melon's not really gonna be doing too much this turn. Let's see. Steel Knuckle, Gig, or G. I call it Gig because, like, it looks like you pronounce it Gig, but it's G. It's very different. This version of Swordplay, the Homeland has a different icon too. Oh, how quaint. Makes sense. You can bait her into using it and heal out of range. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she only gets the self-fragile on kill, though. So that wouldn't work for the fragile bit. But it does mean, I assume she, like, wastes one of her slots doing it then for a relatively weak attack. So, I mean, yeah, you can probably get some mileage out of it. Seems weird. But you can't play 2 costs. Okay. What a shame. We're gambling with this again. Didn't work. That's lame, yeah. No funny bit for us, darn. Trap target of buried exceed. Who do we do? Melon? We can't do Melon. Who is funny to trap? I don't remember how the barrier works. We'll send you in, though. Have you ground crash it? No, we can't. Oh, you've even leaping. Okay, yeah, I'll do it. Sure. Okay, we'll try this, though. I think that's a funny bit. You need to clash, so I mean, you should be clashing here. So yeah, just clash here. You need to be clashing here because you're supposed to be clashing here because you need to be clashing here. That's your bit. You clash here. You're the clasher. You're like the clashier cashier. The cashier of clashing. Yeah. Yeah, bars. I know. Thank you. Thank you. You can't do like anything here. You're just so goated, true. See, you can Steel Knuckles that, sure. And you're gigging here. And I think that's all you're doing, yeah. Baptism time. Give it to you again. Let's do a little bit to you as well, just for safety. You don't really need it, but it's nice. Good multi-slash, sure. You need to get some light up. Your attacks are going to do, like, nothing here, but that's fine. It's a light up kind of turn. Actually, no, we can't, darn. I was going to say, if you can't do anything this turn, we should ready position, but no, you can't. It costs too much light. Jonah, poor Jonah. Yeah. Cursed. You can't do that. Yeah, that's fine. This works. Nice. Oh, you technically didn't clash because some of them went one-sided. Right. I always forget that's how it works because it used to not work like that. It used to count all dices as being clashing, even if it was a 3 dice against a 1 dice. Like, all 3 of your dice would count as clashing. But now it's only dice that actually clash one another that count as clashing. That's like a somewhat later change in Ruina. Let's see, what do we take here? We can take Advent here, sure. We'll try it. You're a bit low on HP. Light moment, yeah, it happens. I don't really feel like Paradise Lost here. As funny as it is, what happened? Oh. I accidentally redirected it to you. Okay, that's fine. No, it was intentional, was it? It might have been. I don't remember. Now we got the Sincere Baptism. That's hype, probably. Spending 3, spending 2. Okay. So you can pop this twice this turn pretty safely. We'll give you a little bit of it. We'll give you a little bit of it. The same people we've been doing it. The people that kind of need the healing and stuff, right? It works. Let's see. You've got... I need to remember... Yeah, end of the scene. Swap the HP of the Librarian trapped in the barrier with the shades. Like... Trying to figure out what benefit you get from that. Like, does it just mean, like, we shouldn't, like, try brutally murdering you? Much as I want to brutally murder you, I guess. Oh, yeah, what do you have? You got a 1 cost? Yeah. Not really turn we can... You... don't want a 0 cost. That's annoying, but that's fine. We can Clash Will the Prescript, sure thing. Yeah, you're not going to get your charge actually up, so that's fine. Don't want to do that. We use the 2 cost Godspeed then, I guess. Like, surely we don't want to deal too much damage to you then? I don't know. This fight's weird. You're not doing too much, are you? That's fine. We can let you get hit a bunch and, like, you'll be relatively fine. Need to redirect that a little bit. Alright, you want 1 costs here, sure. Okay, you take that. Oh, we actually need you to... Okay, that's fine. Deal with that magic missile. Oh, we can't actually... Okay, that's fine. Oh, no, we can. You just have to do it. Alright, that's fine, that works. Try a bit of that. Now that needs to be dealt with. Okay, you can actually clash that pretty well, though. Do a bit of that. Do we kill you here? Is that the play? I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point, but, like, this fight's... The second phase especially, I really just do not get. Because it is very weird. And stuff like that, right? Do we penitence here? I think we penitence here, probably. Sure. Just for the bit of healing. Balmy especially is a bit rough because that contract is annoying, and we're just kind of having to accept some damage on her every now and then, right? Bloodbeat now Globes has it. Yeah, that's also a really interesting mechanic. It sounds like the next zone's gonna have some different gimmick. Because it said, like, that was the gimmick for that zone, right? Something along those lines, so I'm curious exactly what that's going to entail. Okay, we staggered this one at least, so that's cool. Do we kill it here? Yes, we do. Cool. Maybe. Nice. We're getting hit a bit. That's fine. We don't kill it. Okay, that's unfortunate, because that means their HPs get switched, right? Yes! Alright. Okay. That's fine. This is what baptism is for. Yeah? Oh yeah, it's that too. Was White Knight there for a second? Oh yeah, it happens. White Knight's funny. It happens. Okay, well, we kill you this turn, right? Or I guess you're gonna... You mess everything, yeah. Right. You're being hit too much? You're not too much, but that's fine. We can Serpentine Barrier, like... Ideally one of the melees here, just so we can get more mileage out of it. And we'll also deal with that magic missile. Cool. Need to redirect this one. Not super strong, that's fine then. Who do we, like, get trapped in a barrier? You? I think we can live with that. You can't play 3 costs. Darn, what a shame. You can clash something decently here, actually. Yeah, okay. You do that, then you can will that one instead. Sure. Alright. That should be good, as far as clashing goes, right? Because, like, that doesn't need to be clashed. Yeah, okay, cool. What do you want this turn? 0 costs. Awesome. I guess just clash that, then, just so you can. Oh, you know, no, just do it. Just do the bit. Prepare. Prepare yourself. And what, we kill you this turn? Maybe? Not really doing a lot of damage here, though, so I don't know how well it's gonna work. You don't even have any... You can't even do good damage this turn, that's annoying. Yeah. Actually, we can unlock safely, that's something. We can Heaven you. I guess, yeah, sure, we'll try that. Just want that one dead, right? Let's see how this goes. Nice, afterimage worked. Let's go. Yeah, that one should die. Cool. You're going to sleep now. Good night. Farewell. You didn't play 3 costs? What do you mean? Cool. That shade's done for you. You're creating another shade now, though. You're at 13 HP. Yeah, moment. What? We killed the guy. Why are you still imprisoned? That's rude. Don't stagger the target dissolve. Well, it's pinpoint breakthrough time. Yeah, that's true. And you gain power to 3 costs. Darn. That's unfortunate. I mean, do we do it on... Who do we do it on? That's the question. You're being hit a bit. Those two, okay. Well, we can be on something here. Ideally a melee, and then that'll be dealt with too. Yeah, sure, cool. I like the looks of that. Redirect the Grace the Crest, and when that breaking the counter. Redirect the multi-slash, sure. We just want to block my you here logically, right? You need to baptism. You, it's another 5 return, cool. You might die here. I wouldn't be surprised. Actually, wait, no, I don't want to heal you, darn, no. It's switching HP with this one, isn't it? Yeah, so it's switching HP from this one and this one. So we want to actively block this guy, right? Logically speaking. Yeah, you can contract that first and foremost. Okay, sure. Then we're gonna pinpoint break through this guy. Do we do it one-sidedly? I don't like our Clash win chances because we're losing power on this. But on the other hand, funny. We might also switch that wrong, yeah. Well, we'll have you redirect some of these anyways, just because you are in a much better spot to do some redirection stuff. And you also might just die here. Not fully certain, but your odds of survival do not seem great. You can unlock one, sure. You can't do anything here. You can't do anything here. It says you can, it's lying. You could mass attack or something, but no. Let's see how this goes. Oh right, this is against a gun. Huh, that's funny. Well, I'll take the stagger damage, Pluto, buddy. Gaming, cool. Melon needs the... Okay, Melon needs the emotion level now, unfortunately. When do you release people? Is it not supposed to be when this guy dies? Right? Like... Once staggered, the barrier dissolves. Okay. Cool. That's fine. We can... You're doing the baptism beginning. You're dead this turn, I think. Yeah. Yeah. We actually need you to be the penitence, or... Oh, that actually works out, I think. Yeah, we gig this. Sure, we have you pop the penitence. Cool. I don't know why you're doing too much of that now. I'd like to be able to stagger this guy, so I might just... Let's see, what do we do here? We iron wall one of these, right? No. Maybe. Iron wall you. We'll inhale smoke this, and then, like, also hit you with, like, that smoking pipe. Raise the grass to really make sure we get some, like, staggerage off, right? And then there's quite a few stuff we're not redirecting. Yeah, not much we can do, though. Oh well, just roll with it, see how this goes. Penitence gives us a little bit of healing, so that's nice at least. And yeah, we're not doing great against this, are we? We're rocking it a little bit. You take stagger damage based on how many blocks we get. We're not getting a lot of blocks, admittedly. But, you know, that's fine. You're at 4 HP. Yeah, this guy's almost dead, though, so that's cool. Cool. We did kill that shade, though, so logically our friends should get untrolled. Oh, Bommy's dead. That's unfortunate. No, okay. I don't know. You're being targeted favorite. Oh, we can actually get you owned kind of brutally here. That's nice, at least. To redirect some of those. You can heaven something, maybe? Trap target a barrier next scene. I really don't want you... Actually, no, we can heal you with that. Okay, yeah, that's actually not bad. We can't redirect it, never mind. Well, you're trapping somebody already in a barrier, right? So, I mean, that's fine. That's gonna backfire, that's gonna backfire. So we just need to redirect... Oh. Sorry. We just need to redirect these two, one of which we want to, like... What is it this turn? 1 cost. That's awful. Okay, we're gonna need you to lock in here. We're really gonna need you to lock in here. Actually, we're probably better off multi-slashing, aren't we? Maybe? For the strength buff? Yeah. Yeah. That's probably better still. Yeah, you might go down here. Maybe we just let them get hit then, right? Like, 'cause it says if they get staggered, that's good for us, yeah? So maybe we let them get staggered? I don't know. I'm not feeling super confident about this whole, you know, thing. As it's currently looking. That can change, though. Take that a bit, sure. Try that. See how this goes. Their stagger got fully healed, so do we need to let Pluto stagger them? I don't think that's how this mechanic's supposed to work in the slightest, but, like, I can't imagine what else I'm supposed to be doing here, right? Your first player, if you play nothing, just take the damage still. Ah, darn. We could have gotten the Apostles bit. That's fine. We don't need it. Characters have all has gain pretty protection. Characters use Wet Knight's Ego. And this absorb damage. I might just take Apostles just for the more damage. You've been freed now. Okay, so we need Pluto to... What? Okay, whatever. I think yeah. I'm just gonna Apostles you just so we deal more damage. Yeah, sure. Something devil. So we just let you get hit a bunch and hope you're fine? I guess so, yeah. Why? It's a shame, because, like, I enjoyed the first half of this fight, you know? Who would have thought, you know? I thought and really, resonated with the mechanics for once, I thought, yeah, that went pretty well, that sort of stuff. And, changed my mind entirely, I think, from this phase alone. Like, huh? Oh, cool, you get trigrams, that's awesome. We can have you penitence up. And we can have you, like, heaven up? Bird up? Bump bump. You can't play 3 costs here. Does that count heaven? It probably does. Okay. Alright. That's fine. Not fully sure what I'm doing at this point, but I think I'm just gonna try killing this guy and rolling with that. We get ready? No. I'm not doing it. That will go very poorly, methinks. You can punch Pluto to death. Yeah, that's the hope. We'll see how that goes. Get a little bit of healing in, right? Melon especially appreciates it. Stagger damage is nice. You're effectively hitting your own guy because the HP is going to get switched here, I guess, right? That's the bit. So yeah, enjoy that, Pluto. You're hurting yourself, I guess, effectively? I think he's resisting, because he is resisting. That's rude. He should stop. And, like, you're gonna create another one now? Yeah. You've got, like, no light. That's kind of unfortunate. You can gain 1 light, though. Let's go. You can't play 3 costs this turn. Not that you have enough light to do that, so that's fine. But, like... Okay, here's the plan. We've got a bunch of low costs. Where did Pluto gain burn from? I think it's from one of my, I've got emotional turbulence, I think. And I think that's just it. Not really that intensive. Look. So are you supposed to... Are you supposed to stagger the shade so that your librarian becomes staggered? No, it only switches HP. I don't know. I should probably give up trying to know at this point. I don't care. Kill this guy. Kill this guy. Kill this guy. I want him dead. Can you kill the librarian by killing a chain? I don't think so. I assume you can't switch HP values if they're, like, dead, right? Like, that's how I'm assuming it works, but maybe I'm wrong. If we had just taken double stagger damage, this guy would have been so staggered by now. It would have been nice. That's fine. Well, we're pinpoint breakthrough next turn, so we're set, right? You're 2 stagger resist. You're 2 staggers. You're 19 HP. You got... Oh. Huh. It doesn't matter at this point. Three cost turn. We've got 8 strength. It does not matter. Just kill this guy. Just kill this guy. He's got range stuff. No, he doesn't this turn. Okay, cool. I'm not gonna pretend like I know. The only thing I know is that you're done for! Right, that's... Right, it's like, okay, whatever. You know what I was trying to do, probably. 0 costs? No, 3 costs. Sure. You're our backup in case something goes horribly wrong. It'd be so funny if Pluto won. It would not be funny. Kill this guy, please. Deceived yet again, and kill with a pinpoint breakthrough. There we go, Bayard's page on top. We're all walking down a road, I suppose, in which we kind of end up. There we go, cool. That works. Fight is awful. Yeah. I enjoyed the first half. I'm one of those fights where, like, I'm not fully sure what he was trying to get me to do. It was not obvious, but we got the best page in the game now, so it's good. Alright, we can't switch at this point. Oh, it's 2. Look at this page. Look at that. Pure block goodness. I guess. I can't imagine why you'd actually use this in a deck, but you know. You got a page who's new OFF from Yippee! Oh yeah, Oh, there's probably tribute stuff to you. We can give you no OFF. We can give you a contract. No, I've never actually used the passive. I know it's weird. Costed your life. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it happens. You'll get better. Give me, like, Fervor. What else is good? Give me Mind Hauler. Sure. There we go. This is the play, I think. Let's see how this goes. On the floor of General Works, Roland will receive his guest alone. Begin the reception. Don't mind if I do. It's a fun one. It shouldn't take too long. The story might take a bit knowing me, but I mean, you can get through this. Come on, Roland. Aren't you really going to keep your mouth shut before me? What do you want to hear? We both know each other's goals. You aren't still being oversensitive because we hurt Angela's feelings, are you? You'll do this today? This is like a 20-minute fight. Most, right? It's very short, and this way we'll be ready for, you know, what's to come, right? Of course you aren't. You're just mad because a wrench was thrown into your oh-so-perfect plan. Rich coming from the man pulling this. I wonder what you're implying by this. Something wrongful? See, I can't understand the distinction between right and wrong. The right things are ingrained into human beings in the name of common sense, hindering their progress and making them live unhappy lives. What are you spewing this time? You know, what they often call definitions. This guy's like afraid of, like, dictionaries. What's an idiot? Why does time flow in one direction? That's because you think time has to flow one way. Why is that the right thing? What makes something right? Why do we have to bother deciding what's right? Maybe it's because there's an entity that drew those lines so we can't progress any further. Why is the concept of rightness trying to restrain human desires? Why is it impeding our advancements? Are the questions I asked. I raised these questions and worked out an answer shortly after. And now, I'm going to announce it to all of the city. Simulator talks about this in his book. Yeah. So let me get this straight. You're rambling that it's possible to go back in time and stuff, and that mold is broken? You're wasting your life on useless ideas. No, it'll be possible. You just can't get out of this mold because you're firmly holding on to it, doubting the possibility. Without this mold, our ascent will reach infinite heights. This is no hypothesis, it's a fact that being proven. When Demian did, he was cool. Having realized that, our ensemble now stands before you like this. You talk big, but you just want to get rid of the pain you're carrying in truth. Am I wrong? You want to crush me, the city, and most of all Angela for taking Angelica's life, projecting. Do you think I'm like you? You might have seen through one thing, but you can't see further than that. I'm not planning to return my suffering in full. I won't deny all of it, though. Perhaps I did think of doing it at first. My only light was taken from me twice. Yeah, that's me when I get hit by DeCapo multiple times, or when I get hit by DeCapo twice. Got him. For a brief moment, I felt all kinds of emotions before that piano. Despair, obsession, rage, sorrow. But it took no time for those feelings to dissipate in nothing. -2. Yeah, fair enough. Terrible bit, yeah. Everything, yes. Everything seemed so beautiful afterwards. Do you think Camille, like, whenever someone typed -2 in the chat, do you think he, like, hires, like, a She Association fixer to, like, kill that guy? Like, what do we think? How do you think Camille's, like, mods work? I mean, I guess we know one of his mods banned Ezra from his chat. Right? And so I guess he doesn't kill people for trying to prank him, right? So, I mean, maybe he doesn't. It sounds really expensive, yeah. But it would be funny. He's only, like, a Section 3 fixer, so he's not, like, that strong, looking considered, right? So he's not, like, that rich or anything. Who knows? Maybe, I mean, all things considered, like, who knows how many donations he gets, right? Was it truly a tragedy that I lost her? Who defined it as a tragedy? If Ezra can be killed, yeah. Definitely not by a guy like him, right? Ezra's a grade 2 fixer. She's pretty strong. Like, not the strongest, but she's wholesome, right? Funny bag of tricks. Roland, you may still be blinded by wrath, but I've made the decision that I will not care not about those feelings anymore. Do we think, like, there's, like, a group in the city, like, I doubt it'd be an association, but do we think, like, there's, like, some major, like, group in the city that, like, maybe, like, a department of the head that's, like, focused on, like, the internet and, like, guards the internet? Do we think beholders do that in their free time? Do we think they go around forums and, like, send claws after people that they disagree with? I think beholders probably do that. So that'd be really deviant. It is, yeah. We don't know too much about it, but we know, like, Deviat case, Ezra bag, Black Silence gloves, Butler case, and maybe Una case too. It's not specified there, but all the 4 ones beforehand, we know that's all some sort of pocket dimension tech that we're not fully aware of the specifics on. Like, we don't know what corp use it, if it's even a corp, right? As if. You're clinging on to the justification that's for Angelica's sake, even now. You say the Lion Vista streamer? Beholders basically Reddit mods? Maybe, like, not, like, all the time, but, like, in their free time, right? What is it? Wow, chat, is this for real? Hey, chat. I don't know. Who knows? It's possible. I imagine beholders, you know, do their fair share of web surfing. I'm curious how much more of the internet in the city we'll see, like, get mentioned. Because, like, we've known the city has internet to some degree for, like, a while now. Ever since Distortion Tech, I'm pretty sure, right? You know, whatever... I forget the name. Whatever the fixer office that, you know, they hire to protect them from Vespa at first. Like, the daughter of the guy goes to, like, school online and stuff, but... Who knows how, but, like, we're starting to see a little more, right? With this sort of thing. The entire fixer culture being, like, super, like, obsessive over that sort of thing, right? That's not it, Roland. I'm going to send off Angelica with this performance. Forgot them, they were cool, yeah. I won't be going on an unsteady rampage, unlike a certain someone. That Angelica can justify the pursuit of an ambition tainted by unclean desires is just a dreadful excuse now. And that requires satellite access. We say that, but in the city, like, there's probably, like, an internet singularity that's a big monster that, like, creates internet out of, like, killing people. That's how, like, everything is in the city, right? You know, oh yes, I Corp, the internet. They have a big, you know, they have a big, like, creature that just goes around and eats people and turns them into pure internet to provide internet to the city. It's possible. If you realize that, why don't you also drop the excuse of this being her dirge or whatever? Humans can be so finicky, you know. That's why I'm preparing this performance. This performance will be my final enlightenment, and I'll share it with everyone at the same time. Moreover, this dirge will be the last thing I do for Angelica. I still have no idea what you're saying. I guess your levels are off the chart for me, huh? Do we really know the truth of the city? We do. The Limbus map has a scale to it. It's like roughly the size of South Korea, I think people say. So like very big for a city, but still like the size of a small country, right? We do have a scale for it. But it's like, imagine like if there was a city the size of like South Korea that was like a urban sprawl throughout most of the entire thing, right? And that's how you can get like 7 billion people living there. Existence things we gotta understand is what makes life fun. Yeah, most countries are bigger than the city in terms of like pure like square area, right? But the city's like insane levels of just compaction of people, right? I'll continue to chase out what lies beyond my understanding after this. Which means I'm going to wield the power to ceaselessly move forward. To do that, I'll have to take the power you're keeping in your storage into my own 2 hands, isn't that right? I think it'd be kind of bonkers. Yeah, it was. That's why they killed old L Corp, right? Because it was really bad back then. It's still bad now. They mentioned it in the Blade Lineage event, right? Like even in T Corp, there's like a fair bit of smoke in the sky and stuff. Just because, well, they still like produce they still have like old timey factories and stuff there, right? Yeah, Rodian says I need to see much for cities and big streets. Yeah, in the new Kanto. And it's because it's La Mancha Land territory there. But yeah, Backstreet's especially super cramped through like the entire thing. That's for sure. Also, something I noticed really recently in the observation log for the Cassetti's blood bags, Heathcliff mentions that he knew a guy who found a cool red crystal in the mines and kept it. Which is very interesting, because it sounds to me like, as far as we know, Heathcliff's only ever been in T-Corp for Olympus, right? So, like, there must be mines outside of just X-Corp of that, right? So, like, there might be, like, some mining stuff in T-Corp, right? Like, coal production sort of deal, if they're really going for that, you know, old-timey England feeling. Which, I mean, they are, right? Based on the smoke and stuff. Just an interesting thing I took note of earlier. Let's end our affectionate conversation here. You're still keeping those gloves. How putrid. Shut up. Or the guy just brought the thing with him. That's also true, right? Kind of surprising to see someone go all the way from, like, the Backstreet's, like, citizen just kind of go to some random pub in T-Corp, though. It's possible, though. It was a line that definitely caught note of, because it felt weird geographically. Funny song, though. Let's see how this is gonna go. Standard enough stuff here. What do we start with? Chris will tell you immediately. Feels a little overkilly, right? We could do it, and then we could, like, just kind of tank one of the Preludios, though, which means I should probably save it, yeah. Right, if you like good choice. I mean, I might just Atelier. Logic's not going to do damage, but, like, that's fine. Because then we could, like, Alice one of these, right? Alice one of these, Zelkova the other, that sort of thing. And then like, we could just throw in, like, a random Rango one-sidedly. You do have counter dice, though, so maybe we just don't. I'll try it. It might go poorly, but that's fine. Part of the fun. Nice, we win those. We lose one of those, but otherwise win them. Alice wins that easily, though. Okay, yeah, that wasn't particularly worthwhile. I had a feeling, but that's fine. Speed's nice. Stagger damage is nice, but I mean... I kind of prefer the speed, because speed can mess you up in this fight if you get particularly unlucky with targeting and stuff. For example, here we can't redirect anything, despite just taking the speed. Cool. That's fine. We can counter dice the Scythe Slash, right? And that should be fine. Crystal Atelier that. Ignore that from Clash the other two, right? We can Durandal here. That could go nicely. Assuming I'd like to get that strength up and running. Oh, right. We need to Durandal here. There we go. Okay, whatever. It's fine. And then we just no, we can't Alice that. We need to Ranga this. Might not go great, but that's fine. So it's what we gotta do. We gotta do what we gotta do, right? We get the Atelier going, we got the counters, that sort of thing. Which enemies have log in the new update? I'm not sure if any of them do. Barber might. I don't think I checked for Barber, but I don't think the generic enemies have it. And I know for a fact, like... I know Camille doesn't have a log. I know the Bloodbags don't have... Or the Bloodbags might. I know for certain Camille doesn't. The others might, but I don't remember any of them having a log. I didn't check, though. I'll take Scars for safety. Strength this turn. What are you going for here? We can definitely redirect everything here, so that's nice. Not doing any of the stuff that's, like, scary yet, though. Like, I've been saving... Or not scary stuff, but not, like, the big single hits, right? I might just, like, Wheels Preludio just to have the sake of using Wheels, right? Because, like, I don't really want to mook any of these, but I want to get... It's fine. I'm not going to Furiosa until the very end, so we don't need to worry about it yet. Don't really want to risk popping one midway through. Gonna brush your teeth, do not kill Arya in the meantime. Yeah, you've probably got a few minutes. We can get another Crystal Atelier Scythe Slash going here. So that's solid, at least. We don't have Durandal, that's fine. So we'll Old Boys one of these, and we will... Oh, what do we do against this one? We can Alice it. Yeah, Alice will work. Get, like, the one-side Zelkova. Sure, that'll work. Counter dice once again might mess us up, but that's fine. You're rolling a little high now, but that's okay. Okay, we get hit a bit there, so that's fine. We're doing good damage. So your defensive dice don't gain as much, they don't gain like strength, right? So they're not as good. Our stagger damage is nice. I don't want any of those though. Learning's probably decent here, but I don't like it because it kind of feels like it fills up my hand. Are you doing something I want to? Yeah, Unhinged Melodia. There we go. Cool. Okay, we can just do like... Okay, sure. Unhinged Melodia, that's the one we wheels. A little bit rough for light, but that's fine. We'll, like... we don't want to... We don't... If we wheels, we can't play everything. Yeah. Do we just mook and accept the second hit? Oh, it's on... Oh, right. This is the one you mook. That's right. I almost wasn't paying attention. Yeah. That's Clash lose, gain 3 standing scene. Yeah, you just mook that. That's the better way to play that anyways. Cool. That works. I'd like to get the Durandal off here. So that'd be nice. You're doing a lot of stuff that we're not going to be able to clash everything here. That's fine. Be able to target vibration. What's it, 3? Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Might want to try redirecting this, because these have 3. I've got 3 vibration. Clashes, opponent loses 3 vibration. I guess we could gamble on that. But, like, we can... Yeah, like, that's a safe clash, so we can just, like, throw, like, wrong against that, sure. These 2 are the ones that we technically need to be more careful of, I guess. I don't know. This one needs to reject one of these. You know what? We'll play it safe-ish, I guess. We'll Durandal the Dissonance, because that should be able to deal. Let's actually do that in our fastest slot for safety. Durandal the Dissonance, lose some vibration from that, hopefully. We're mooking that. We've got 3 light left to clash those 2. So we can, like, Crystal Atelier. And then do we Zelkova this? Yeah, we Zelkova this, sure. We could counter, we can counter it. We'll try it. Sure, this works. Argalia would be Argalia would be Tremor. It's kind of hard to deny. Oh, we actually lost that. Oh, that's fine, I guess. I'm not that bothered because at least he didn't gain strength. He's got low strength right now, but we hit both Durandals, so we're gonna gain a bunch of strength next turn, so that's gonna be good at least. We might lose these counters though. Yeah, that's fine. We can fervent beats. Yeah, this is the one where you just take learning because well, might as well. Right? Yeah, there's Terriers of Blue. That's what I've been looking for. There we go. That's the thing we need to wheels, unfortunately, because it means our light's gonna be awful this turn. That's fine though. We can't play everything here. Ooh. We don't have counter either. Yeah, we're gonna get hit by a fair bit here. Beat equal targets by. Okay, we need to clash some of those then. What can we do here? We can Atelier Logic something. That doesn't do too much to me. I'd like to Durandal something, so we'll Durandal that. We'll Rongo one of these, and then we just kind of got to accept the last one. Yeah. // Rose just accepting. Yeah, it's the best we can do. That's fine. Oh, yeah. That's fine. We're out of it now, so you don't gain any more benefits. More Durandaling next turn. That's good. I don't like turns where you have to Wheels Industry, because that's the one that kind of just breaks your entire turn. You just got to get hit a lot. Wouldn't have Amplitude Conversion to Tremor Reverb, though. Yeah. I mean, this is the only one that does anything for me. He'll take the bind. Yeah, the Tremor Crystal Atelier is especially good for some of this stuff. Is our Vibration net? We don't have Vibration. Okay, cool. That works then. We'll counter the Sequential Blitz. Yeah, so we do a bit of that. We could actually definitely get away with, like, learning, like... Actually, we could learn the Sequential Blitz, actually. That's actually funnier, right? Let that one go through instead. Okay, yeah, I'll try that. Wronga that. Jelly Logic that. And then this one... I guess we Alice that. Oh, we actually need to worry about light now. Yeah, we moved that then, sure. That's fine. That works. Cool. And Gloom Pride sounds much better from... I think chances are he'd have some duplicate of Gloom or Pride. Probably Pride. He has a blue reverb. There's no way he'd have, like, a non-blue skill. I feel like you're double Trails of Bluing. That's not nice. Definitely don't really care enough to wheels here. I think I just Mook and gamble this. I'm not going to power gain or loss. Yeah, that's just kind of a pure gamble. That's fine. Like Durandal that for safety. We can Atelier Logic one of these. We can Ranga that. We can Zelkova that. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. We're taking a lot of damage at this point, unfortunately. You do have paralysis here, so like you're especially getting ratioed. Gun doesn't do any damage for us, so it's a bit rough, but that's fine. We get the 2 strength from Durandal. That's good. We didn't last turn, so this turn's a little iffy for some clashes, but it's fine. Already have a slot. Yeah, there's several good Tremor IDs without Sloth, right? It's not like a necessity. Like Oofy Heathcliff also doesn't have Tremor, right? Like some status effects, it's like not the most like consistent whether or not they have their Sin Affinity. Like Bleed's like a good example. Like there's a lot of Bleed identities that don't have Lust, right? There's plenty that do, don't get me wrong, but like it's not like crucial. Don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure every syncing ID has Gloom. I don't think there's a single syncing ID in the game that doesn't have Gloom. It's Baesong Lu might be like the only syncing ID in the game without Gloom. Other than him, can't imagine any syncing IDs without Gloom, but I might be forgetting one, right? And I think like every burn ID has Wrath. But like for the other status effects, it's not as consistent, right? Burn just doesn't have a lot of IDs, so that's part of the reason why. Goofy's lineup just suggested, yeah. It's like the cool colors lineup. I guess, like, not exactly because of green, but it's like the really cool colors. In terms of, like, well, cool color, right? Trails of blue we're just ignoring, I think. Oh, this is actually a bad turn. Oh god, we didn't have any 0 costs. Didn't realize that until just now. Well, we're getting hit a lot. So just kind of gotta let those hit us, though. Slash stuff especially, we're gonna resist lately, so that's nice. Blunt stuff, too. It's pure stuff that's, like, scary, I suppose. This is probably good enough. Maybe I don't Atelier Logic and I instead, like, Durandal just for the strength, even if it means we get hit a little bit. That'll work, sure. I agree that, like, yeah, like, color palette doesn't mean everything, but also, like, Argalia is not a very big sloth guy, right? For you, so this, you're trying to do your funny, we're not going to let you, because I don't want to throw. Roll, and this won't be how it ends. He's right, it isn't how it ends. There's technically more to come. How smart you are, buddy. How perceptive. Oh, almost like a 10 after okay. Funny. All the bleed IDs with bleed conditionals have lust. I mean, Queecliff's, like, whole issue is the fact he's got bleed conditionals that, are annoying if he wants to get poise, right? And he's also got poise conditionals that he needs for bleed, right? And he doesn't have any lust, right? I don't know, I don't remember conditional off the top of my head. They're not the biggest deal usually, relatively. They're nice. Like, every ID has conditionals at this point for their status effect. Like, it's kind of an epidemic. Maybe should put a stuff to that sig on his Gang and Nutkeys somehow. Wait, is Argalian not a sloth guy, by the way? He's much... I mean, he just kind of fits... He just doesn't feel slothful, right? It's just a vibe thing, right? If you were to assign, like, a sin to him, like, thematically, would probably be, like, Pride, Gloom type stuff, right? They may be blue, but they fit him very well. Like, Envy could fit, that's for sure. I don't know. It's weird to say that. It's completely a vibe thing, and people will think differently about it. But, like, as far as vibes go, Argali doesn't really fit sloth to me. I could definitely imagine him being, like, they could fully lean into the bit and make him, like, mono Pride or mono Gloom or something. I think color fixers might get that benefit just because, I mean, it'd be funny. We really don't get a lot of IDs that have repeat sins anymore, do we? We got, like, a few of them, like, mid-season 3, and then, like, none of them season 4, right? Because we got Queecliff, we got Magic Bullet Otis, and we got BL Merceau, and we haven't really gotten any, like, duplicate Sin Affinity IDs since then. And I mean, like, duplicate across their main 3 skills, right? Which I think is fair enough. It can be hard to tell them apart, and we haven't really gotten super resonance-heavy stuff since then. We've gotten a lot of Gloom resonance stuff with the syncing, but, like... Not to, like, the same degree, right? I don't know. Virgilius is Mono Wrath, right? Oh, yeah, I think so. So it fits, I feel like it fits them to lean into the bit. This is the end of the invitation's guidance. We're at our final destination. Congrats, Angela. It's finally over. You've got a human body, so you don't have to live as a machine anymore. Right? If there are more resonance-focused IDs, yeah. I think they're cool. I think it's definitely a weird point because, like, every ego has resonance conditionals at this point, it feels like, right? It'd be cool if some IDs had some, and if there were more egos that weren't as, like, just, like... I mean, it's kind of... Resonance stuff on egos, it's kind of similar to, like, status effect conditionals on IDs, right? It's just there for all of them, because that's just generally how you play IDs, generally how you play egos. Yeah, like, we've got a fair bit of stuff for Envy, a fair bit of stuff for Pride. And as far as, like, the other Sin Affinities go, there's a bit more to them, right? Like, obviously, you do get benefits for, like, Gloom Resonance for Sinking, Wrath Resonance for, Burn, stuff like that. I guess less so now they changed, since they changed, you know, Philip Sinclair's passive, but... Yeah. Weird. Indeed, I am free now. All the light has been reclaimed. Wouldn't be surprised if we get some, like, funny, like, Lust Resonance type stuff on, like, Barbarotis or something, right? I don't know. You mostly use Egos of Panic, but not really an activate res thing. Yeah. Egos are usually worse for damage than a good skill 3, right? Usually, there's exceptions, of course, but like, your average ego will do a decent chunk of damage, especially mass attacks, but like, for single target damage, like, a good skill 3 often good. The only ego used for resonance is Contempt. Yeah. There's a lot of Lust Resonance egos. And I mean, a lot. It's a bit silly. But, like, some sins are really in a very weird spot. Like, obviously, Sloth Resonance has some stuff for Tremor, like the stupid Tremor, like, infliction you can get from Everlasting on a good, like, Sloth Resonance, and stuff like, you know, like, Eurydivier Ryoshu's passive, stuff like that. There's benefits, but, like, not the biggest deal. Most Resonance is tied to its effective status effect, right? And that's how it's going to be for the most part. The middle IDs are kind of, like, the main example of it not being the case, right? Garden Thorn's great for Lust Res, yeah. And also Soup Dawn, which is goated. And then you can, I guess there's, like, Yasa and Yada. I guess there's Yasa and Yada of Otis if you want Lust Fragility. Enjoy that. I've gained a perfectly human body and freedom. I've made it with your help. Dragon Bleed team. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Thank you, Roland. All I need to do now is take my book from the light. Please use your Lost Eagle run someday. I've definitely done it before. To some degree. And, like, I don't know. It's funny, but the end result usually is like, wow, I could have run any other team and done this much damage, right? And Lust Resonance is just a lot of ego spam stuff, right? Alright, guess it's time for me to finish this too. Angela, you guess what I'm about to do now? Yeah? And there's the funny 1.5 month gap transition. So it's no coincidence that you came to the library, Roland. You bet. Series of events leading up to this moment was the biggest gamble of my life. I see. You helped me attain my freedom. It wasn't for my sake. You just used me like a tool. Come on, don't talk like you got nothing out of me. I never slacked off, you know. I gave it my all to support you until you reached your goal. It's mutual exploitation at the very least. Did you get the result you wanted? Well, I got enough. The reason I came to the library was to figure out the cause of the phenomenon that created distortions like the pianist. And to find out who was responsible for it. As such, all obvious signs point to you, Angela. None of this would have happened if you hadn't thrown a tantrum in your last moment. Why didn't you try and stop me or kill me right away then? Yeah, I like Pirate Gregor a lot too. He's fun. Foregone conclusions is cool. It's definitely a weird mechanic, how it works, right? But it's cool. He feels fairly unique in how his, you know, unique status effect goes. You know, it stacks up to 4, you build it up fairly quick, you spend it very quickly. Ideally, I guess, right? It's got some issues, like, you know, you need to get heads hit, so, like, if you're, like, first few turns of a fight, like, it's a bit of a roll if it's in, like, a non-mirrored end situation, right? Or, like, how, it needs bleed on the target, and if he's clashing, it might run out of bleed if it's early on, but if you can manage to get it to work well, he's a lot of fun to use. He can do a lot of damage to skill 3. First off, you were simply unkillable when I first met you. Second, I wanted to know why you made the choice you did. Third, I thought that maybe you could make a different decision that I couldn't. And fourth, to bring you the greatest loss, the greatest suffering at the very end of it all. Also, like, part of what's so fun about Foregone Conclusion, it's like an actual 100% modifier. There's not a lot of actual, like, 100% modifiers. Like, usually it's additive, but it's just straight up double damage. Double whatever your final damage was with Foregone Conclusion, which makes it feel so satisfying. I don't know if there's anything else in the game that's, like, actually, like, final, like, double. Because I know Foregone Conclusion, it's not plus 100% as much as it, like, just deals the same damage twice, right? That's how it works. With it. Like, nothing else, I can't think of anything in the game that's, like, true multiplicative damage, like, final calculation stuff. It's part of why it's so good. Right now, you're completely human. You can feel pain as its whole, experience death. I learned here that you went through your own fair share of torment, frustration, and loss. I can understand why you made the choices you made. And seeing you start to contemplate your aim as time went by, thought that maybe there was room for another option. That maybe, just maybe, you might choose a different answer. And if you somehow did by that smallest chance, then I might have been able to find a different solution myself. But in the end, you didn't. Sure, the pain I went through may be a speck of dust compared to your million years to spare, but so what? That day, I swore to myself before that piano. I swore that I'd make the city experience the same sort of loss, of the frustration that I felt when it took my world away from me. No longer big funny and Magic Bullet Otis. Yeah, it was for the best. It really did not feel intentional whatsoever, and it really wasn't very, like... All it did was, like, give you, like, a sense that Magic Bullet Otis was significantly stronger than she was in Green Dawn, right? Because it's stupidly insane there, that's for sure. To a degree where it's, you know, not another kind. She's still really good in general, don't get me wrong. Dark Flame being able to speed up burn is a godsend for burn, even if it's a fairly slow burn speed up a lot of the time. But it being pride damage is cool. But, it definitely never felt very intended to me. Same as you. Then, who will pay for the misery I went through? I don't care, Angela. I'm trying to get Myron. I don't care about your revenge. There was nothing else I could do. All I knew was to make them suffer the same pain. You're asking me for an answer. If I knew the way, and if I could choose it, I wouldn't have done this drivel. I do know one thing for sure. This is what happens when you try to wash blood with blood. Angela, you have to feel the same sorrow as mine. No, you would feel even worse than that. You took Angelica from me. She meant the world to me. I sat on my hands as I watched the people I knew die, and I even killed my old friend with these shadowed gloves. Just for this moment. All for this very moment. I've been suppressing my emotions, forcing a pain to smile. Seeing you shed tears is an unfamiliar sight. I'm done with the facade now. I'll do everything I can, in ways beyond your imagination, to give you the most painful death possible. And I'll do it right before you take the final step to your freedom. I'll rob you of everything. You'll reap the whirlwind for what you've sown. I only want to be compensated for my suffering. What's this now? You're acting weak all of a sudden. Are you finally starting to hesitate when it's almost over? Nah, can't be. You've got power and knowledge and now proper life as a living being on top of it. You just don't want to give up what you finally took hold of. At least I used a method that isn't forceful. You used the same logic when you'd stolen the light. You used it to kill those who came to the library in the name of fair price. You didn't even stop to think of the consequence of your actions. That's how you've always been. You don't give about anyone other than yourself. I don't blame you, though. I just can't. It's how the city works. That's that. And this is this. That's why I'm going to kill you strictly with the mindset of the city folk. What I need to do is kill you and take my revenge. What you need to do is kill me and get the freedom you want. We just need to have a simple, raw state of mind as we fight each other. So I want you to stop getting any funny little ideas and stick to your desire for freedom and vengeance. I have nothing but my sorrow, and I want nothing more. It has been, it still is, faithful to me. Why should I begrudge it, since during the hours when my soul crushed the depths of my heart, it was seated there beside me. Oh, sorrow, I have ended, you see, by respecting you, because I am certain you will never leave me. Ah, I realize it. Your beauty lies in the force of your being. You are like those who never left the sad fireside corner of my poor black heart. Oh, my sorrow, you are better than a well-beloved. Because I know that on the day of my final agony, you will be there, lying in my sheets, oh sorrow, so that you might once again attempt to enter my heart. And there we go. Next time, rolling. Yeah, so Wednesday, of course, we'll stream this. We'll do Black Silence fight. And it'll be update day too, so we'll be able to do it while we wait for the update to come out. So that'll be exciting, right? Should be fun. Should be pretty doable within, times daily ruin pulls. Oh, I can't even do the bit because I can't burn books during the final act, right? Like, otherwise it'd be like, oh, daily ruin pulls. Oh, look, we got the Eugen ID or something like that, right? Unfortunately, I can't make the bit. So sad. If we're ready for this, this fight's a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'll prepare the wheel. I'll make sure every floor is nice and set. I'll need to make some slight changes here, right? Like Camilo's getting Pluto. Error attribution. We're giving Camilo Pluto. Whether or not I actually use it, I probably won't actually use it. And we're giving Nangalia Argalia, right? That's the play. Logically enough. I think I'll need to set some stuff. I'll make sure stuff's built, but then we're gonna spin a wheel to see which of the 9 floors we use for each when we do it. I'll try and get it to the point where every floor is decently usable and potentially can do this fight. And it should go pretty well, I want to say. We'll see though. But yeah, that'll be Wednesday. That'll be Limbus update day, right? The usual time, a little bit before maintenance starts. And we're just gonna have to see how that goes. But I think that'll be all for this time. Thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys then.